anecdotes.
Just having a little conversation with Albie as we come back from break. Been known to do that. You know, you could come in here and not only get on the air, but win the huge call. My thanks to James Kelly for showing that he was partly engaged. This guy's got an interesting take. At CU Buffs, ECS 826. At Jim Rome. War Cindy not taking offense to Rome saying AI Romy's style might be superior to his real look. Are you offended? Cindy does not take offense to stuff like that. There she is. All right, so let me define style. Cindy does not dress me. Cindy applies the man cake. Cindy absolutely helps with my lettuce. Believe me, I look way better because of Cindy. So when I say, look at the AI version, I mean, you know, like that. Who would I rather be? The real me or that dude? I mean, that dude's, you know, a little more shredded, broader shoulders, got a good stash, you know, better head of lettuce. I'll take me. I'm just saying the AI version is not bad. Cindy only has so much to work with now. Cindy does amazing work, especially given what she has to work with. So, no, she's not taking offense. She knows it's just a show. Cindy gets it. It's just the show. Let's see. Before I wrap this thing up, did I forget anything? I did forget to tell you to do better tomorrow, clones. Looking ahead to the program tomorrow, let's see who's booked. Checking my grid. Brandon Gomes of the LA Dodgers, because the NL West is insane. I've been talking about this now for the last couple of weeks. Pat Narduzzi, head coach at Pittsburgh. So both those two on a Friday. And Fridays are normally fun. So step it up. The way the XR4 Ti is going to look tomorrow is exactly the way it looks today. Reading from my left to my right. Alvy, Amani. Hey, Alvy, did we find another song for Amani, or is that what we're going with? Waiting. Is this new? All right, so we found another theme song for Amani. This is called Unstoppable Ascent. Again, what this is AI. We put it in as a prompt, Amani and Jim Rome show song, and this is what they spit out.
Money comes a force unleashed, dynamic vibe and all. A ruby tide of passion rises, breaking through all. The spotlight's on the crowds alive, the energy's electric. Amphibian chords, melodic roids, truly so majestic. Honey cedar, fueled by the surge, breaking limits.
Do we have a relationship with the company on any level that we're using? What I'm saying is, can I tell you what I think of that song? It's ass. That is terrible. Yeah, no. Amani, I'm not even going to ask you your opinion. I'm going to just tell you how it is. That's ass. That does not reflect. I didn't even understand the lyrics. Come on, bots. Talk about doing better.
Step your game up.
I'm not afraid of the robots. I don't even understand the robots. What was that? Amani's roar was way better than Amani's ascent or whatever the hell that was. This This is practically Let It Be compared to that. Hey, robots, better act together, man. Step your game up,
Step your
AI.
game up.
Should have walked off on the first one. Man, that second one was embarrassing, bots. Save money on your next oil change with O'Reilly Auto Parts. Get a $10 gift card after rebate when you buy 5 quarts of Mobile One Full. There's the head if you need him, if you're watching on the stream. Synthetic motor oil for only $35.95. Mobile One Full synthetic motor oil for only $35.95. Stop by your local O'Reilly Auto Parts store. That's a wrap on Thursday. Clones, I'm looking for you to step it up.
Step your game up.
Help me help you make it better tomorrow. My thanks to two good guests. Buddha Baker. Great to have him back. He had not been in since 21. Jordan Poyer showing up huge the way he always does. Thank you for listening. Have a great day. See you tomorrow. We're out. Plug in a Hyundai EV to let the extraordinary happen. From the ultra-fast charging capability and long range in the Ioniq 5 and Ioniq 6 to the adventure-seeking spirit of the Kona Electric and the groundbreaking 601 horsepower Ioniq 5N. And turn extraordinary into electrifying. There's joy in every journey. Estimated range varies for models and trims and depends on battery capacity, temperature, options, and other factors. Visit HyundaiUSA.com for vehicle availability information and other details.
When you were young, all you wanted in the summer was an ice cream truck to roll by. Now, you just can't wait for the Harbor Freight parking lot sale to roll around. And it'll be here this weekend. Maybe you're looking to fill up that tool chest. Maybe you're looking for a tool chest to fill up. You'll save money either way. Whatever you do it for less at Harbor Freight. Valid until August 18th, 2024. While supplies last. Limitations apply.
If you missed the Brian Bailey Show, you missed.
Mike Houston joins us now. I think we saw glimpses of the true Roger Harris late in the season last year, didn't we?
You know, he's coming off ACL last year, and really it takes probably 2 years to get fully back from an ACL. Sometimes guys come back faster, but you really saw him the second half of the season, and particularly the Tulsa game. You saw what he was when he was a freshman, and I think that's the version you're going to see this year.
Tune in Mondays at noon for the Brian Bailey Show, powered by Greenville Utilities, right here on Pirate Radio.
Did you know that GUC's utility rates are not only low in the region, but also the state? That's right. When you combine the average electric, water, wastewater, and natural gas into one bill, only people in 2 of the 15 largest cities pay less than GUC customers. Only 2. Low rates and high reliability. Working in the best interest of the community rather than shareholders. That's the value of public utilities. That's the value of GUC.
You want a sub made the authentic Jersey way? You go to Jersey Mike's. You want a radio idea? You go to me. Like this. I'm a talking dog that only talks about Jersey Mike's. My owner says, "Hey, buddy." And I'm like, "Get me an authentic Jersey sub." He says, "That's all you ever think about." And I say, "No. I also think about teaching myself to drive the Jersey Mike's, but until I figure that out, you're all I have." Woof, woof. Made the authentic Jersey way since 1956. Jersey Mike's, a sub above.
This is your What's New update brought to you by the new Greenville Auto World. What's new? The new Greenville Auto World has new owners, a state-of-the-art service repair facility that can help you with tires, state inspection, AC repair, and more. Greenville Auto World can work on any type of vehicle and offers great monthly oil change specials. What's new? You making a service appointment now by calling 364-8730. For award-winning service, trust Greenville Auto World, Highway 43 across from the Speedway at Bells Fork. Pirates supporting pirates.
This is Dr. Hote from Orthopedics East and Sports Medicine Center. Our practice has been caring for the athletes at ECU and the residents of Eastern North Carolina for more than 35 years. Whether it's treatment for your sports injury or it's time for that joint replacement, Orthopedics East provides the latest in operative and non-operative orthopedic care. We also offer on-site physical therapy and MRI services, as well as walk-in urgent care on the weekends from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Call us at 757-BONE or visit us online at orthoeast.com. Go Pirates!
There's a special deal at U.S. Cellular where you can get 4 lines for just $90. It's perfect for you, barbershop quartet.
That's us.
There's no trade-in needed, and it comes with 4 free phones of your choice.
4 free phones.
U.S. Cellular, built for us. Terms apply. Visit uscellular.com for details.
In this new world of having everything delivered to your home or office, why wouldn't you start using Cellular Warehouse for all of your cellular deliveries? Toby Williams and his team are in the business of delivering phones and tablets every day to customers, which enables you to take the hassle out of visiting a store. The best thing about this great service is that it's free. Call Toby Williams today at 252-799-7051. That's 252-799-7051, and let his team make your wireless experience fast and easy. Cellular Warehouse, your local U.S. Cellular authorized agent.
Hey Pirate Nation, it's summer sale time at Russell's in downtown Washington. I'm Rhonda Lyons and I have reduced prices on all your favorite men's and women's merchandise. Shop your favorite men's apparel at 20% off and all ladies merchandise is marked down 40%. It's our summer sale, save big and come see us now while selection is good and prices are even better. Because at Russell's, it's all about you, our pirate friends and customers in downtown Washington. Go Pirates!
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 at 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington.
Can you be quiet, please? Thank you.
Welcome to Pirate Radio Live.
How's everybody doing?
You already know, my guy.
I think it's pretty selfish of you to ask me that question, to be honest with you.
Hey, you ought to see me in the summertime. Drop that, baby. Let's see it.
Yeah, I missed the lunch meeting today.
I love Food Line's magazine section, and I love using the bathroom and clogging it up.
That's nuts. I smash anybody's grandma.
At the Burlington... I have no idea what the just happened.
Tell you what, I'm a turtle saver.
I don't like Cocky Clip.
Where is Clip? Clip, what's up, dude?
Now live from the Pirate Radio studios in the heart of the Pirate Nation, here is your host, Clip Brock.
Welcome in to a Thursday edition of Pirate Radio Live. Clip Brock here with you. Inside the Pirate Radio studios, coming to you on Pirate Radio 92.7 FM in Greenville, 104.1 in Washington. We're on 1250 and 930 and online, pr927fm.com. And, man, we had a fun one yesterday. We'll have some fun and some serious football talk on today's show. Of course, tomorrow will be a Football Friday edition of Pirate Radio Live, but today is a Football Thursday edition of the show because we got some great guests. We've got Kevin Monroe going to join us for the first time this late summer / early fall football season. We'll catch up with K-Mo, not only to talk about this current rendition of ECU, but also East Carolina will honor the 1999 team that went 8-3 and, of course, had the big win over Miami following the 2 hurricanes that came here to Eastern North Carolina that year. So we'll talk to Kevin about his memories from that season. Not all great memories. Sure, they won a lot of games, but how'd you lose to Southern Miss and UAB? Could have had a perfect regular season. I'll ask Kevin about those losses and about the season coming up later on in hour number 1. Also joining us on today's show, Holton Ahlers, former Pirate QB. Another great edition of the Holton Ahlers podcast is available for you to check out right now wherever you download your podcast or on Pirate Radio TV on YouTube. We'll talk to Holton about that program as he talked to Brian Packard, who is now coaching East Carolina with Cliff Godwin. Also, Holton's thoughts on the quarterback. We'll talk a lot about the QB situation going on at East Carolina here this preseason, and we'll do that with K-Mo and Holton coming up later on in the show. Also, Jeff Nadu continues to break down another conference. We'll talk Mountain West today. Is it Boise's to lose? If not Boise, who could win that Mountain West? We'll dive into that with Jeff Nadu and Coach Hud, Greg Hudson, fresh off the Greg Hudson Show, his podcast, talking to Skip Holtz, and had a chance to listen to that the last couple of nights driving home on Pirate Radio, and really great conversation. We'll recap that. Also, Coach Hud said he's got a good story and to tell me not to forget to remind him. Coach Hud is a big remind me guy. And the problem is I need somebody to remind me to remind him. And usually that person would be left side.
Strong side.
But I got some bad news. I don't even know if I should share this news because we'll watch the viewership and listenership drop immediately. But Sean, you got to run, right?
Yeah.
Sean's got to run.
Yeah, I got to run because it is ladies' night. It's girls' night out at Wildflower Florist tonight, 4 to 7. And I will be out there with Jenny. We'll be selling some shirts, and there'll be a bunch of vendors out there.
Now, Sean, I don't want to assume gender. I'm going to say you're a man.
I am a man.
Okay, but you have been hyped about this ladies' night.
Yeah.
You might be... The ratio could be insane, dude. Have you thought about that?
Yeah, like 1 to 50.
Yeah.
Maybe 60.
So many girls for you to get in the friend zone with out there.
Yeah, I know, right? And I'll be out there 4 to 7 o'clock, so you should too.
Where is this?
Wildflower Florist. It's over there in the shopping center where Shimmer is, right off of Greenville Boulevard. Drink, shopping, live DJs going to be out there, flowers, discounts, and giveaways from other local businesses. And there's a bunch of vendors with, it seems like you can get a lot of discounts here with the vendors. So go out there 4 to 7. Come see me and Jenny. We'll have a table set up for Pirate Radio. And we're going to have a good time, 4 to 7. Come see us.
Happy Girls Bras will be out there.
Oh, man, can't wait.
You know what you just did? You just like doubled the attendance of this thing because now there are dudes out there listening that are calling their wives and girlfriends and being like, hey, you got to go to Girls Night Out coming up tonight at Wildflower Florist.
Did you hear what Chon just said?
Because it's like, honey, you'll love this. But really what they're doing is, hey, Chon will be there. Maybe I can meet Chandler while the ladies are looking around and stuff. So,
yeah. I mean, and
you're going to have like a whole car lot of husbands that dropped off their wives hoping you walk out so they can meet you, get a picture, talk Pirate football.
All right, honey, go over there. Go over there. I got to go see Chon.
PJ says, you go, Chon. We'll talk with the chat gang in a moment, but let me introduce our EP. Shirley Rhodes is here. Going with the black and gold motif today. Got the Pirate Radio hat and the Lady Jags Farmville Central softball shirt. Another year of Farmville Central football about to get underway. Shirley, how are you today?
I am good. How are you?
Doing well. And
J-Bo
back again like he never left because he has never left. He's been here all freaking week. Jarrett is back. Jarrett, we appreciate you. Chon's got to run, so thank you for coming in today, man.
No problem.
And we appreciate what you've been adding to the program.
And you know what we're going to give you?
A hand. Because, Jarrett, money, if we gave you money, you'd go spend it tonight, it'd be gone forever. But you'll never forget our applause and what we're telling you right now.
I appreciate it.
You got it, buddy.
Hey, and guess what? You think that's over with? You think your gifts are over with? During the break, I'm going to give you a pat on the back.
Wow. All right.
Big day.
Big day. Let's check in with the chat gang. Steve Hill says, Ric Flair, woo!
Come on, boys.
Ric Flair, woo!
Swinging dingers?
Swinging dingers?
It was in the midsection.
It was in the men's section.
I want to shake his hand.
I want to shake his hand.
Here is that.
Here is that.
All right, there you go, Steve.
Go Gator!
Go Gator. Jamie says, hey now, and a baba booey to you all. Pike is watching on YouTube on his laptop. He said it's hot in North Myrtle Beach. What's up, Pike? Jamie said, that's a man, baby. That's a Chan, baby. Pike says, ask Holton if he think he would be qualified to coach quarterbacks. Well, those who can't do, coach, as they say. He said in the past, other folks in the PRL have said he isn't. What are you talking about, Pike?
What are you talking about?
Pike, what are you talking about? Ryan says, on-air pick clip. Let's go. Let Chan do your pick. I'm not letting Chandler make my pick in fantasy football.
Come on.
I'll consult with Jarrett. I'll consult with both of y'all. All right, right now, I love my team. I got Josh Allen at quarterback. I got Travis Etienne at running back. My receivers are Jalen Waddle, DJ Moore, George Pickens. My tight end is Sam Laporta. There's a glaring need at running back right here, so I pretty much have to go running back. Guys, do you like James Conner, David Montgomery, I know this guy plays for the worst offense of all time, but Ramondre Stevenson from the Patriots is there. I just feel like he's going to get a lot of touches. Who else we got here? Najee Harris, who has burned me a few times, but maybe I'm getting good value at this point. Any of these names stand as Zamir White?
Yeah.
I shouldn't even have. Yeah, now Jared steps up.
No, I mean, I think David Montgomery going to be a goal line guy, so get a lot of touchdowns.
Why'd you not mention Tony Pollard?
Tony Pollard is there.
Yeah, I think Stevenson or Montgomery.
Glenn really wants Montgomery to get back to him so I could piss him off. I'm leaning Stevenson.
Is that in order of best available?
But they're all... No Najee Harris, though.
Nah, I mean, he's going to be splitting with Jalen Warren.
Okay. What's the Raiders running back situation?
It's pretty much just Zamir White and then guys who can catch. I'm not going to tell you to pick Zamir White, but...
Are you going to be with us this fall? You are, aren't you?
Yeah.
You know, it'd be fun if I had Zamir White to either, give you high fives on Monday or to talk junk to you on Monday.
Yeah. That's why I don't want you to pick Zamir White.
I'm going to go with Ramondre Stevenson. That is a boring pick, but I got a lot.
They're going to pound the rock with him.
I got a lot of flash on my team. I need just a steady guy.
Yeah.
I need a boring guy. My team was too exciting. I got to boring it down a little bit.
I agree with Ryan. Why'd you not take Chuba Hubbard?
By the way,
he
Ryan
got hurt today in practice.
You have this is Ryan's new thing. He has been in our fantasy league thread, which you are not in, talking about your draft picks, your team.
Really? Dude, come on. That's disrespectful. I'm not even there to defend myself, which I wouldn't be able to because how do I defend myself with the team that I have? But come on, man.
What did he say? He said something about if we had a new league or something that we need to get Chandler in. He said he still can't believe your team when you were rattling off.
I just saw my name right there.
Oh, Chandler's definitely invited. We'll do an on-air draft with Wings Over Greenville here. Would be good like we did back in the day. He said, Chandler definitely invited with that bleep drafting team. Still can't believe that. You are living rent-free in his brain right now. All right. We got real stuff to get to. This isn't fantasy land, folks. This is real stuff. We're going to go into the comment section.
Uh-oh.
And I haven't...
Hazmat time!
I'll be honest with you. I haven't even looked at Facebook. So I'm going to be seeing this for the first time. But I've got Twitter comments I'm going to read first. Shout out to you, buddy. Burning the midnight oil.
Gosh.
Out at ECU football practice last night. And Mike Houston was asked about the quarterback situation. Shirley, can we hear what Coach Houston had to say about the quarterback battle going on between Caton Hauser and Jake Garcia?
I'll be honest. Whoever you name as the starter for Norfolk State, the other player has justification that they should be the starter right now. I mean, they've both played very well. They've both played well enough to be the guy, and that's making this a very difficult decision. And we're thankful we have both of them. It reminds me of the story I heard about the 2012 situation with Rio Johnson and Shane Carden. Shane was not named the starter, but then, 3 weeks later, he's the starter, and went on to have a great year. And I just think both of them are playing at a very high level.
I mean, not a ton said there.
No, I thought it was interesting that he brought up the Rio Johnson, Shane Carden situation.
How the hell does he know about that?
Yeah.
Who told it? Maybe, does he listen to Pirate Radio?
Maybe.
What's up, Coach?
I thought that was interesting. I was like, all right.
Because it's not like he's watching Pirate football in 2012 or whatever.
Man, I remember the Dominique Davis and Brad Warnick battle back in 2000.
I remember when Captain Bill called in after that game. I don't know. I didn't really take much away from that, but people did. Hey, look, it's that time of the year where every
little thing people are going to pick at, and they are going to run with it. And last night, and I'm telling you, I still think we're going to have a starting quarterback come Monday for Media Day.
Yeah. Let's read some Twitter comments, and we'll read some Facebook comments as well. if you could have that at the ready.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry to complain, but I wish people online would just, if you don't want to say your full name or even like your nickname, like J-Bone or whatever, just pick something like Monkey Butt or anything. But when your Twitter name is State of the Pirates at Make Dowdy Rowdy, like it almost sounds like you're speaking for a lot of folks. Be your own person. I'm sorry. I shouldn't complain. Anyway, State of the Pirates, whatever that is, says, please pick someone and stick with them this week. Having 2 quarterbacks play means we have no quarterback. All right, way to use a cliche there. Redbeard said he's going to cop out and not pick one. What does that mean? So what's he going to do? Pick Raheem Jeter? Go Rajay and a Wildcat? He's just not going to pick a guy?
Anthony Smith, you're at quarterback.
He's just going to like freak out and say, I forgot to pick a quarterback.
Totally forgot.
Slipped my mind.
There was so much competition, compete. They were physical. I forgot.
Game plan is in.
I was 19.
I think he's going to pick one. Dude Bro is in. Dude Bro says, Caden or Jake, either way, go Pirates.
Attaboy.
I like that.
That's positive.
Hey, Dude Bro, good on you.
Can you say his full name in respect, please? Dude Bro 1967.
Ton of respect to Dude Bro.
Then you got Pops.
And now here's Pops, which I like. I like that you have Redbeard, Dude Bro, Pops. Those are fine. You don't have to use your real name. Just don't have your Twitter name be like, I speak for everybody in the Pirate Nation.com. Pop says it's beginning to feel a lot like last year. Everywhere you go. It's beginning to feel a lot like last year. Pops isn't wrong. We had the same thing last year.
Pops is sort of right.
Which is what
at this point of time.
Which is what I kind of meant when I said he isn't wrong.
Right. At this point of time,
right.
This last year, it is a lot like last year because everybody. Mike Houston was talking about how great the quarterbacks were, but I really think that these quarterbacks are a lot more. I think the talent is there, where they're still trying to figure out who that starting quarterback is.
Judge Smalls says, with all due respect, he thought we had 2 good quarterbacks before last season. Your Honor, you're not wrong.
You're not wrong.
We did
Judge.
hear that.
Hey, Judge, you're not wrong. All rise.
Bang the gavel. He also said we are going to need them both at some point. Hope they can play. I agree with that. I've been kind of bringing this up quite a bit. I even asked John David Baker about it. The guy who doesn't win the job, how are they going to handle that? They could enter the transfer portal immediately and just sit out this year. Or they could go to work. They could continue to get better, and when their name and number is called, they go out there and put on a show. Titus says, I don't like this.
Titus!
I don't like this. I hope I'm overreacting.
That's not overreacting. You can have a personal opinion of saying, I don't like this.
Titus.
Overreacting would be like, oh my gosh, we suck again. Oh no, we suck again.
Or
we're going to win 2 games again.
Saying he's going to cop out and not pick one. I think that's an overreaction.
Now that's an overreaction by Redbeard.
I don't like this. I hope I'm overreacting.
Face Tom emoji.
Thank you, Titus. Robert says, let's see if this crew has recruited someone let me start over. Let's see if this crew has recruited someone that complete a forward pass, a task they failed at last year. Thank you, Robert, for your contributions. H. This man don't even need a name.
He just needs a letter. That's all he needs.
Single H. This really just tells us both guys are mediocre quarterbacks, which is enough to get us to 6-7 wins, but that's about it, unfortunately. He is literally, and sometimes I do this on social media, whatever thoughts are in his head, like this is his internal monologue. I just read that. And my brain is telling me that we have mediocre quarterbacks. Could get us 6-7 wins, but that's about it.
Unfortunately.
He's literally just typing what his brain is saying right now. You may be right, H. Graham says, this doesn't make me feel well about this situation. Minshew and that Jesus guy. Basically all of last year, back to 500 ball. Boy, he's got some rambling thoughts there. Talking about Philip Nelson, I guess?
Yeah. Jesus guy.
Well, Philip Nelson was the starter and then got hurt, correct? Like the first game.
Yeah.
He got banged up.
Mm-hmm. And then here came Minshew.
All right. Anything on Facebook, John?
We got a few. This guy, I read a lot of his comments, and I scratch my head at. David Matthews. Doesn't matter if Tom Brady is back there. If the O-line cannot protect and block, we go as the O-line goes.
All right.
John Dickens says, sounds like someone who doesn't want the other quarterback to enter the transfer portal. Got to name somebody.
That's our buddy Johnny D, who doesn't always have the best takes, but I think he does there.
I think he's got something there.
I think this might have to do with keeping these guys into it as long as possible and hopefully massaging their egos enough to where the loser will stay and be a good team player. But I don't know.
Jared says, yay, they're doing it again.
Jared.
Oh, okay. Like he went to Jared.
Okay. Yay, they're doing it again. They're doing the thing.
Justin says, last time he said this bleep, he went 2-10.
Justin, you're not wrong. And I get it, man. What have you done for me lately? Lately, you gave me a 2-win football team. So it's going to take people seeing to believing at this point. And look, by this time next week, we'll have a starter named. We can kind of change this narrative, and we'll be okay. But as of for right now, people are, I don't know if panicking is the word, but definitely raising an eyebrow at this situation.
Let's see. Do we have one on Instagram?
Hey, let's check out the gram.
Shane on Instagram.
What up,
says,
Shane?
at this point, just run two completely different offenses and make teams pretty much have to game plan for two different teams every single week.
It's so easy. I do it on my video game all the time. Why don't you do it? Why don't you come up
Let's have two different teams.
Dude, you know what we should do? Is it too late to hire another offensive coordinator that runs a completely different scheme? And we could have JDB's offense and this guy's offense?
Yeah. JDB came from being a co-offensive coordinator. Let's get him a co-offensive coordinator.
Thank you, Shane.
Shane, I think you got something there, buddy.
Shane, can you at ECU football? By the way, somebody on Boneyard Banner, this was awesome. This is great. I saw this earlier today. They said,
I didn't know that was still a thing.
You say that every time, dude. You would think at some point you realize it's still a thing.
Well, I don't because I never read it.
Subject, Damon Magazoo cell contact info. Can anyone share his cell number for a recruit?
Are you nuts? Says cute pirate.
You know what? I think we're going to stop doing the fifth. We're going to stop doing the fifth quarter, and we'll just all directly call the coaches after the game and tell them our thoughts on what they did wrong. So
I would have loved to have done that with Donnie K last year.
If anybody wants to post the Damon Magazoo's cell phone number, Boneyard's looking for it. I thought that was quite funny. Pike said, I misspoke. The comments in the past where Holton wasn't qualified to be the offensive coordinator, not that he couldn't coach quarterbacks. Pike, I will say Holton Ahlers is not qualified to be ECU's offensive coordinator. I don't think he's qualified to be ECU's quarterback coach. Right now, he's qualified to be like an offensive assistant.
Offensive analysis?
Analyst, some would say.
Whatever.
I would want him to get a little more experience coaching before I named him OC or QB coach. We'll talk to Holton Ahlers later in the show. Alex said, coach is just like us. He just like us. He just like us.
He just like us. He just like us.
He likes watching highlights from the Cardin era. Is he like you, Sean? Mike Houston goes home after a long day of coaching football and just pops on YouTube highlights.
That's my coach, man.
That's my coach.
That's my coach.
Jack Dover says, good afternoon, guys. Good afternoon. Eric said last year was a tough decision between the better of two duds. Maybe this year it's a tough decision between the better of two talents. Seems plausible. It does, Eric.
Eric, you missed your chance. You should have said studs to rhyme like Jameis.
How did you miss that?
Come on, Eric.
Randolph says, what's up, Randolph? Hope you're doing well, buddy.
What's up, Randolph? Good to see you the other day, buddy.
Kenny Curling says his money is on Caden Hauser, as is mine. Y'all should do a college fantasy league, pick two conferences and go against each other. That might be fun. And Kenny also said the talent is so much better this year. To be determined, but I would tend to agree, especially, hopefully, on offense. Let's take a break. When we return, Kevin Monroe joins us. Chandler leaves us.
Yes, I'll be gone. And I will see you tomorrow on Friday, on a Football Friday.
Football Friday edition of Pirate Radio Live. We'll take a break, come back. We got K-Mo and a lot more after this.
What's even better than going to Jimmy John's? The great taste of Jimmy John's coming to you. Check out their convenient catering bundle, including a 12-pack of half sandwiches made with fresh-baked bread, hand-sliced meats, and fresh veggies, plus 2 premium sides, 15 chips, and 15 desserts, all for one great price. You can also choose an a la carte option. Pick it up, or they'll set it up for you. And don't forget Jimmy John's loyalty app with a free sandwich after your first visit. Jimmy John's in Greenville and Wilson, and online at jimmyjohns.com.
This is Aaron Williams with New Blue Service Group. People have been asking, what's new at New Blue? And I'm always glad to tell them that we now specialize in crawl space moisture control and encapsulations, along with septic system repairs and installations. As always, we offer plumbing, electrical, and HVAC, all while redefining service excellence. So go ahead, contact us at callnewblue.com. That's callnublue.com. Go Pirates.
If you're in the market for a swimming pool and you're located from the capital to the coast, Elite Pools can make it happen for you. They are the Carolina's premier fiberglass and concrete pool builder and renovation contractor. Every pool is built with the highest quality products and on schedule. Visit the Elite Pool showroom located across from Agri Supply in Greenville with fiberglass pools on site and a design center to simplify all of your pool selections. They also have a full service department with pool supplies and they provide expert water analysis. Call Elite Pools today at 689-6557 or visit ElitePoolsNC.com. For pools, think Elite Pools.
There's a special deal at U.S. Cellular where you can get 4 lines for just $90. It's perfect for you, Barbershop Quartet.
That's us.
There's no trade-in needed, and it comes with 4 free phones of your choice.
4 free phones.
U.S. Cellular, built for us. Terms apply. Visit uscellular.com for details.
This is Brandon Tate, owner and operator of Atlantic Wireless, an authorized agent for U.S. Cellular since 1997. Visit atlanticwireless.com to find the store near you. We go beyond the call.
Do you know what today is? It's the $5.99 cheesesteak special day at Huckleburger. Bring the family to Huckleburger all day for one of the best delicious cheesesteaks at an unbelievable price, just $5.99. The Huckleburger cheesesteak special is good for dine-in or takeout in Greenville near Lowe's on Memorial Drive and off of 15th Street near the movie theater in Washington. Huckleburger, the fastest full-service restaurant in town. Huckleburger, delicious, fast, fresh, and friendly.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Cliff Godwin, the head baseball coach at East Carolina University. I've been a Pirate Club member since I graduated in 2001, and you should too. By joining the Pirate Club, you become part of a family that helps our student athletes flourish on and off the field. When you enroll as a member, you're not just getting a membership, you're getting a front row seat to the action. To join, visit eastupirateclub.com or call 252-737-4540 today. Go Pirates!
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Wyatt Lunsford-Shankman, and the best place to go for custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items is University Sportswear. University Sportswear hit a home run for me when I needed my custom shirts. From start to finish, University Sportswear provided superior customer service and quality product that cannot be beat. If your business, organization, or event needs t-shirts or promotional help, then you need to visit University Sportswear. Visit universitysportswearenc.com for contact information. Go Pirates!
The icy treat that can't be beat is Sparky Snowballs. From big kids to little kids, Sparky Snowballs has been making smiles happen for over 20 years. If you're not in the mood to chill out with a snowball, Sparky's funnel cakes and fried Oreos are a perfect Sparkylicious treat every time. Are you having an event, party, or fundraiser? Call Sparky's to come on site. Remember to follow Sparky's on Facebook or visit SparkySnowballs.com to see where they'll be next.
This is Coach Gary Overton, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
Listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by Pirate Water. Get ready to party, pirates. Go to drinkpiratewater.com to find your new treasure. 21 and older only. Pirate Water. Why be yourself when you can be a pirate? Now, back to the show.
And welcome back as Shirley figures out that today is Thursday and not Friday. Washington's favorite place to eat and where all the locals go is down on Main Street. Down on Main Street's famous weekday lunch specials are only $7.99. You can stop by for the house salad with grilled chicken, the half club sandwich with chips, or everyone's favorite, the fried shrimp plate. After work, down on Main is the perfect spot for dinner and drinks on the patio. And you can join them every Wednesday for half-price wings from 4 p.m. to close. Down on Main Street in historic downtown Washington. Now let's head back in to PRL. Here's Clip.
Back with you, Pirate Radio Live on a Thursday. It's never good when our disembodied voice Chuck says, "Now, back to the show." And all I hear off mic is Shirley go, "Oh!"
I was like, what day is it?
You're not the only one who's had that issue this week with the sports trivia. You know, AJ's closing and sports trivia moving from Wednesday to Monday. I have felt like on multiple days this week it's been Thursday. I thought Tuesday was Thursday. There were times yesterday I thought it was Thursday. It's taken me a while to get used to this.
I said it twice yesterday that I thought it was Thursday, and I woke up this morning going, it's Friday.
Oh, that's
And then
tough.
I got here and I started doing something, and then I realized, oh no, it's only Thursday.
You know, the inverse of that is when you wake up on a Saturday and you think it's a weekday, and then you realize it's Saturday. That is a great feeling. I love that feeling.
I don't think I've ever had that feeling.
I hope one day you get to have that feeling, Shirley. All right, Big Dog, we ready? No. We will be momentarily. Big Dog is breaking us into the 21st century, folks. A lot of cool stuff for our viewers, and it'll be the same for our loyal radio folks. But earlier today, chatted with Kevin Monroe over in Studio C, and we'll have the video chat for our YouTube and Facebook watchers, and we'll have the audio for our radio audience. I just got one thumbs up. Glenn, I got two thumbs up. Here is my chat with Kevin Monroe from earlier today. All right, Kevin Monroe joining us today on Pirate Radio Live from our ECU Corner, and you've heard his voice on the broadcast for many, many years now. Good grief, Kevin, not to date us, but how long have you been now with the Pirate Sports Network?
This will be my 22nd season coming up. My first season was fall of 03.
I don't even seem right. But then again, you did get into it pretty close to after you were done with your playing days, kind of like a Macy O'Donnell's doing right now, following in the Kevin Monroe footsteps.
That's exactly right. I was maybe 3 or 4 years out of playing ball and kind of stumbled into it. And they thought I did a pretty good job. And I did a few years on the sidelines and then got in the booth, and I've been doing it ever since.
Been really awesome hearing you all these years, and looking forward to another Pirate football season. And Kevin, it feels a little bit like deja vu. I think we're in a better spot than we were a year ago right now at the quarterback position. I'm going to assume we are. I think it's a fair prediction. But once again, as we sit here today, a starter has not been named. So kind of taking away the players themselves, how do you feel generally about a quarterback battle that's still going on just a few weeks away from kicking off the season?
So a couple of things I feel good about. one, unlike last year, and no disrespect to last year's quarterbacks, unlike last year, the problem now is we have two guys that are playing really well, and it's hard to choose between the two of them. So that's a good problem to have. And the other thing is the coaches have stuck to from the beginning that they're going to pick one. So I think as Pirate fans, we don't have to feel like they're going to roll out their first game and just keep rotating in and out every series. I don't think anybody likes that. No fans like that. No coaches like that. And so I feel better about things than I did a year ago because, let's be honest, last year's quarterback situation was as bad as it's been at ECU. And so to have this year going into it with two quarterbacks that have not only started at Power 5 schools before, but they performed pretty well is a good feeling. And honestly, we win 3 games last year. If you just swap out the quarterbacks with a better playing quarterback, not a winning quarterback, maybe just a game manager, you probably pick up 2 or 3 more wins. So I don't think we were as bad as our record was, but we just could not move the ball offensively, and it starts with the quarterback position.
Yeah, we've said the defense deserved a lot more last year with the way they played. And Kevin, just want to ask you about going back to last year, the biggest improvements needed for this team to succeed in 2024. Quarterback, top of the list. Offense as a whole, top of the list. And Mike Houston brings in John David Baker. Receivers were a disappointment last year. How much of that was the quarterback and the offense's issue? It all kind of goes together. And then there's the O-line. And Mike Houston has raved about this offensive line this offseason. We'll see once they get out on the field. But as far as addressing issues from last year, you can fix things pretty quick in college football now. Do you feel pretty good, without seeing anything yet, about how Mike Houston and this staff has done trying to fix these issues?
Yeah, I mean, as a father of a high school football player, I've been paying close attention. And so the number of guys that have come in through the portal, number of guys that are coming through high school, I feel like recruiting is on fire. I feel like they're bringing in some good guys. I'd love to see more high school recruiting in the future, but I understand where this staff is. They're at a point to where they have to win now. And you are hired and fired based on winning football games. And so they're bringing in a lot of guys that are ready to play, that have come from other universities, whether it be Power 5 or not, lower divisions, that are ready to play. And we don't know as fans, as folks in the media, how good these guys will be. It's almost like, that 5-star guy that comes out of high school and everybody says how great they are. You don't know until they strap it up. And so same thing with these transfer guys. We know that they were maybe backups or maybe didn't play as much as they wanted at other schools. And now they're getting an opportunity here at East Carolina. And so we hope that things will be better. You said it, quarterback, it starts there. I think running back has been solid, but with injuries and different things, it's always good to shore that up a little bit. We're very deep at that position. Offensive line. And it's hard to say on offensive line because when you don't have a healthy running back or when you don't have a quarterback making, pinpoint decisions or getting the ball out quick, is that the offensive line's fault? And so we don't know how bad they were last year had the quarterback situation been a little bit different. So certainly want to see how offensive line is doing. And then defensively, you mentioned it. They've been coached up really well on that side of the ball. They played well in the back end. They tackled well. They hustled with the football. The Pirates were in just about every game. And so you can't ask for anything more than that. So I think if offense catches up with defense, this could be a pretty good team.
Kevin Monroe joining us today on Pirate Radio Live. Looking forward to the kickoff of the season, and that kickoff will be against Norfolk State. And Kevin, generally speaking, week 1, give me NC State, give me App State, give me Michigan. With this particular team and with this particular coaching staff, I'll take a Norfolk State. Mike Houston's still looking for his first season opener win, believe it or not. Just had Holton Ahlers on the show today. He never won a season opener. So I'll say this, Kevin, the players seem to do a much better job of moving on to the next week than the fans and even us from the outside. But, man, it's got to feel a lot better to be 1-0 than 0-1. You feel like you're already behind the 8 ball when you're 0-1. This year they get an opportunity to get 1-0. Maybe they beat Old Dominion 2-0. That's a whole different, lease on life when you start off good, right?
Absolutely. And I know there's fans that are upset with this year's schedule. I'm not one of them because I know that both winning and losing are contagious. And so had we started out with, 4 teams that are, Power 5 teams and struggled our way through that. Who knows what we would have been like when the conference started? And so we need this easier schedule. And I'm not saying any of these teams can't beat us. They certainly can. But we need this easier schedule to get going, to be in every game, to have a chance to win some games late, maybe have a blowout in there every now and then, to build some confidence and get some momentum going. Then when you start to schedule these West Virginias and Virginia Techs and Carolinas and State and all your rivals, then you feel good about playing them because the program is back to where it should be. So I couldn't be happier about playing Norfolk State and all the other teams on the schedule. It doesn't bother me at all that they don't have Power 5 opponents because after winning 3 games, Pirate fans should be happy about winning as many games as possible, going to a bowl, and building some momentum.
Kevin Monroe joining us. Kevin, it's kind of crazy, a team that struggled as much as ECU last year where you could go into this season and say, hey, we got a chance to make the playoffs. But it's open now. The top-ranked Group of 5 champion is automatically in the college football playoff, and that is something that we've never been able to strive for. Like the best you could do really at ECU was go to a Liberty Bowl or something like that. And I'm not knocking the Liberty Bowl. I'm just saying there's more out there to play for. And now you got that carrot at the end of the stick, which every coach across the country is using that as motivation. But that's pretty cool overall in the college football landscape, Kevin, that one of these teams is going to get a chance to go against the big boys.
That's awesome. And I think that, over the years, we've had some teams, in the American Conference that have won a bunch of games, whether it be Houston or Memphis or whatever, and had their opportunity. Cincinnati had their opportunity to play on a New Year's Six game, or at least at the end of the season, have the opportunity to potentially get their nod. But now you just go out and win the conference and be ranked higher than some other teams, and you get your opportunity. So, yeah, the Pirates will have just as good a shot as anybody else if they can play well non-conference and then win the games in their conference. And, we've not won very many conference championships around here. You look at the Skip years, and, he won a couple. In the 94, 95, before we actually got in a conference, we won the Liberty Bowl Alliance back-to-back years to play in 2 Liberty Bowls. But outside of that, there's been few and far between conference championships, 90s, 2000s, and on. So we've got to get back to that. We've got to get back to showing and proving that we can win in this conference. And, I know Pirate fans are looking towards the future and move into another conference as conference alignment continues to change. And to do that, you have to show success in the conference that you're in. So I think winning this year, getting to a bowl game, however high that bowl game might be, is a good start.
Kevin, on the conference note, I'm a giant hypocrite. I'll admit it. I hate conference realignment. It's taken away our rivalries, our traditions, everything I loved as a kid about college football Saturdays. Having said that, I don't know if I've looked forward to a college football season more. There are some awesome games that are going to be played each and every week now that things are stacked up. So this is kind of a non-ECU topic, but man, you look at the schedule week 1 through week 13, 14, it's going to be stacked with games.
Yeah, I think Clemson and Georgia or something have to play like week 1. And, NC State's playing Tennessee early in the season. And so there's bigger games right away. I love that about it because, back in the day, weeks 1 and 2, it was all the big time schools playing all the lesser schools. And it wasn't really fun to start watching football until, week 2 or 3. And so I love seeing that. I love seeing the competition. I love seeing the non-conference games being strong against good opponents. And so, yeah, these guys got to get their name in that conversation. It starts with winning in this conference in this season.
Kevin, something cool going on this football season. The conference opener against UTSA, which will be a big game. Pirates lost in the Alamo Dome last year, and UTSA picked near or at the top of the standings. But in conjunction with that, they will be honoring the 1999 team, and well-deserved. And Kevin, I'm a member of the media, so I got to go negative, I guess. 2 regular season losses that year. And, of course, I'm not going to ask you about the wins. I'm going to ask you about the losses. What was it? UAB and Southern Miss is all that kept you from a perfect regular season. Do you look back on those and say, man, we could have really ran the table there?
Listen, I think about that UAB game once a month. Honestly, it's been 25 years. We'll start with Southern Miss. Southern Miss, I went winless against Southern Miss in my 5 years. Jeff Bowers had that program going, and they just had our number. And, Steve Logan just could not beat them for whatever reason. And so, to have won the first 4 games, and I don't know how, I don't want to get in the way of your questions, but to have won the first 4 games and to go into that Southern Miss game, or maybe first 5 games, and go into that Southern Miss game at home, ranked in the top 15 in the country. I think we went up 15-0 in the first half, and still find a way to lose that game was just, I couldn't explain to you more how hurtful that was. And it destroyed us because we knew they weren't going to lose any games outside of that in the conference, and that they were going to go on to be conference champs. And so going into that UAB game, after we'd won a few more games, it was just hard to get up knowing you couldn't win the conference championship. You were going into this stadium, Legion Field in Birmingham, that seats 80-something thousand, and there's going to be 600 people there.
Yeah.
And it was a comedy of errors. I think their starting quarterback was out hurt. I want to say their backup quarterback maybe was suspended or something. They ended up playing a third-string guy who ran the option, and nobody was expecting that. And I can make up a ton of excuses, but it was just the worst game. And, we play that game 10 times, we win 9.
Yeah.
That just happened to be the one time they found a way to beat us.
But an awesome year, obviously, and probably it's got to be the best game I've ever attended. The game at Carter Finley Stadium, but a win over NC State that year, some other big name teams. And I always ask you guys, Kevin, like your memories, and a lot of you former players go to, hey, I remember the locker room. I remember hanging out with my friends more. Sounds like you remember those 2 games in particular very well, but I know you still keep in touch with a lot of those guys, right?
Oh, no question. I had 5 years at East Carolina from 95 to 99. We had 1 losing season, and that 1 losing season was just 5-6. So it was still a solid, 5-win season. And so, I think 8-4 in 95, my true freshman year, when we went on to lose in the Liberty Bowl to Illinois. No, actually, that was 94. So, 95 was the game we won against Stanford. And then 96, we went 8-3. That's the year we beat Miami in the Orange Bowl. Didn't get a bowl bid. Can you imagine that? 8-3 and not get a bowl bid?
And now they're sending 5-win teams?
Yeah, and so then 97, we were 5-6, I think, and then 98, 6-5, or vice versa. I always get those 2 years mixed up. And then 99, 9-2. And so, so I got a chance to go to the Liberty Bowl in 95, and then the Mobile, Alabama Bowl in 99. Only 2 bowls I got to go to, even though we only had 1 losing season. So it just, you think back, I still keep in touch with a ton of those guys. I'm on text groups with them, Andrew Bays and us, obviously he's still doing broadcasting. So Andrew Bays and I talk all the time. Forrest Foster was my corner mate, the opposite side. And so we talk all the time. Troy Smith, he actually graduated in 98 because he didn't redshirt when we came in out of high school together. But we're best friends. We stay in touch. He lives in the Raleigh area with me. And so I see him all the time. Ton of guys. I saw Norris McCleary not too long ago. But I keep in touch with a bunch of those guys. And it was just a fun time in your life. I'm trying to explain to my sons, obviously going to be going to college, want to play football. What a fun time high school and college football is, and the camaraderie and the relationships that you make. And they'll be lifelong friends of yours. And Linwood DeBrew, who was a 97 grad, lives up here in the area, and I stay in touch with him. And so all these guys, we watch our kids grow up together. They're all playing sports now. And so, it's that brotherhood that we developed in East Carolina that has gone on into I'm now 47, so it's gone into our adulthood lives.
That's awesome, and well-deserved honoring coming up this year for the 1999 Football Pirates. Kevin, we'll let you run. I got to throw in some here at the end, but how nervous are you about Jaden Daniels right now as a Cowboys fan?
Not at all. I haven't thought about him one time. I can tell you what I am nervous about is CeeDee Lamb. And I want to call Jerry Jones myself and say, what the heck are you doing? Just get this guy in camp. So, the Cowboys are what they are. They're going to have a ton of talent. They'll roll out there. They'll be good through the regular season, and then we'll have to see. We'll have to see if they can finally break through and win a playoff game.
How about a Pirate getting an interception with a star on the helmet? Julius Wood. That's pretty cool.
I saw that. And then I watched the replay of the game, and Stetson Bennett actually threw 5 interceptions. The 5th one was overturned because it was a holding or something. But imagine that he throws 5 interceptions and then throws a game-winning touchdown pass. So, but it was fun to watch Julius Wood make that interception. Hopefully he makes that team. He's a great player, had a good career here. So I tried not to watch a whole lot of the preseason because you don't really know a whole lot of guys playing, but it was cool to see him playing out there.
Kevin, great to chat with you, man. First time we're talking this late summer, fall, and look forward to more chats with you as Pirate football gets rolling. But appreciate you joining us today, man. Have a good rest of your summer, but about time to turn that page to football, man. Exciting times.
Man, I'm getting happy about it. I'm looking forward to doing the home games again this year on the broadcast, and just watching football. So yeah, pumped up, keeping up with what the Pirates are doing, and hopefully they can turn things around, man. I appreciate being on the show. I'm glad you reached out, and I'm always available.
All right, let's do it again soon. Thank you, Kevin Monroe, joining us today on Pirate Radio Live. Love our football chats with KMO. We'll do it during the season here as East Carolina gets ready to start the 2024 campaign. Believe it or not, 2 weeks away from the Pirate Radio football kickoff party. Should have been Cowboys. We'll be playing the 90s country hits. Blake Prohl will be performing. The Pirate Radio crew will be there. You will be there too. Get your tickets now at pr927fm.com and celebrate the start of another football season. You can find me at the party watching football games on that Thursday night. Going to be a lot of fun. All right, let's take a break. We'll come back and wrap up hour number 1 of Pirate Radio Live. Got a gambling story I just saw that I want to touch on. And more coming your way after this.
Party like a pirate Thursday, August 29th at the Pirate Radio Football Kickoff Party featuring special guest, former ECU Pirate and American Idol musician Blake Prohl.
Will crash over me.
The Pirate Radio Football Kickoff Party is back at the State Theater in downtown Greenville, Thursday, August 29th, presented by Carolina Eagle Distributing. Get tickets now at pr927fm.com for only $10. Arrgh!
What's up, Pirate Nation? Are you guys ready for some ECU football? Because we are here at Washington Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. And to kick this season off, we're doing 90 days till first payment on all Chrysler Dodge Jeep Rams. Also, up to $9,500 off new 2024 Jeep Grand Cherokee 2-row and up to $7,000 off the 24 model Jeep Grand Cherokee 3rd row. Don't forget to check out our huge selection of affordable used vehicles starting from $699 and up. Remember, drive a little, save a lot. Go Pirates.
Come experience Greenville's newest theater, Golden Ticket Cinemas, located on Greenville Boulevard near Cracker Barrel. With stadium seating and reserved luxury recliners, you can enjoy the movie along with great concessions such as L House sliders, delicious wings, pizza, and hot dogs. And they even have milkshakes. You can always find great deals at Golden Ticket Cinemas, such as $5.50 Ticket Tuesdays and free family movies at 11 a.m. on Saturdays and Sundays. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show in style with luxurious amenities and top-notch service at Golden Ticket Cinemas.
Do you have any real estate questions about buying or selling residential or commercial properties? Are you curious about this current real estate market? Do you need a property manager for all your rental houses? This is proud ECU alum Scott Harris with Harris Real Estate Group, and I would love to help answer every question you have and show you a real estate experience that will be memorable and enjoyable. Every step of the way, I'm here to make your dreams a stress-free reality. Call me today at 347-1857. That's 347-1857. Go Pirates!
I'm Sam Jones, and for more than 3 generations, my folks have kept the fires burning for Eastern North Carolina Whole Hog Barbecue. At Sam Jones, you'll find our smokehouse pumping out wood-fired meats, cooked fresh every single day. There are no freezers at our place. Everything, and we mean everything, is made fresh daily, including our sides, sweets, and sauces. Stop in and see us, and I bet you'll be able to taste our passion in just one bite. At Sam Jones Barbecue, you'll find plenty of smoke, but no mirrors.
Hi, I'm Walker Allen Volova, and I'm with CopyPro. CopyPro has been locally owned and operated here in Eastern North Carolina for over 50 years. CopyPro is the leader in office technology. Does your business struggle with keeping printing costs low or producing professional documents? Here at CopyPro, total satisfaction is our #1 priority. We have a variety of solutions to help reduce your printing expenses and make your business more productive. Call us today at 1-800-682-6558 or online at copypro.net. CopyPro, we are the professional office systems people.
Want to make your day better? Order a Papa John's pizza. Get an extra large, one-topping New York-style pizza for only $10.99. Made into 8 foldable slices, perfect for sharing or not. See, things just got better, and you get to eat pizza. Hey, Pirate fans, Papa John's is an MVP move for game day or any day. Place your order online at papajohns.com and sign up for Papa Rewards. Papa John's, better ingredients, better pizza. Go Pirates!
This is John Gavigan with the Gavigan Agency. Our top priority is doing what is best for our members. Whether you are buying a new vehicle, a new home, protecting your family with life insurance, or filing a claim, our agency will be there every step of the way. Our goal is to become a trusted advisor for you and your family for all of your personal and commercial insurance needs. Give us a call in Greenville at 756-1400 for a car, home, business, or life insurance quote today, and give us the opportunity to show you the benefits of doing business with someone who cares.
I love it.
Pirate Radio.
I'm glued all day.
Pirate Radio.
Listen to me, rocks, baby.
Pirate Radio. The voice of the Pirate Nation. Listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by Pirate Water. Get ready to party, pirates. Go to drinkpiratewater.com to find your new treasure. 21 and older only. Pirate Water. Why be yourself when you can be a pirate? Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? We'll keep it local and print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com. University Sportswear, the official sportswear provider of Pirate Radio. And choose less stress when it comes to moving and choose Advanced Moving and Storage. They're locally owned and operated. They don't share trucks, and they guarantee delivery dates. Get a free quote today at advancedmoversnc.com or give them a call at 321-3200. Now let's head back in to PRL. Here's Clip.
Back with you, Pirate Radio Live. Coming up, hour number 2. We'll talk to former Pirate QB Holton Ahlers. Pirate QB is a hot topic right now here in the preseason. Also, the artist formerly known as the Big Man on Campus, Jeff Nadu, will join us as well. We'll have a Mountain West preview. Got that coming up in a few minutes. Robert says, I bought my Team Boneyard merchandise today. Jump on board, Pirate Nation. It's good advice. I'm in for 10 a month. The least I can do, but also almost the most I can do right now. But yeah, Team Boneyard wants your money. And we need it to keep up. If you're able to do so. If not, I understand. Not going to beg, not going to force you. It's your life. It's your money. Do as you wish. Matt said, I wish Kevin called the ESPN Plus games. Kamo, he's awesome. And I guess Linwood DeBrew is as well. He mentioned his name. Mike P. said, I've worked with Linwood DeBrew for going on 10 plus years now. Really great guy. That is a cool, neat story. Gabe says, should have beat State 2 years ago. Field goal kickers. That one still sucks. Carolina College Sports Talk says, turn the page already. What in the name of Bob Seger are you talking about? Carolina College Sports Talk. Who needs to turn the page? What are you referencing there? Great chat with Kevin Monroe. Shout out to the big dog. We are continuing to provide hopefully entertaining, sometimes informative, but pretty solid, consistent content to our old school radio listeners. And I am an old school radio guy. I do love now, if I need to look back at something, if I need to watch the Holton Ahlers show, I will pull up YouTube. But driving around, I'm still, if I'm not listening to a podcast, I'm a sports talk radio guy. I have been for 30 years now, going back to my early teens, where me and a friend of mine would call into the Arnie Spanier show, and sometimes the producer would let us through. Sometimes he'd be like, look, guys, I know y'all are like 12, 13 years old. We can't have y'all on the show. That's how long I've been listening to sports talk radio. So, but we're
Clip. Some things have happened in the fantasy football world. You referenced it earlier. I just wanted to tell you about it.
Enough to interrupt me while I'm talking?
Yes.
This better be good, Glenn. In fact, you're interrupting a compliment I was about to give you. So this is kind of crapping on yourself.
Well, I just got crapped on in our league.
What happened?
My nemesis, the Shield.
He'll be here tomorrow, by the way.
I might be here. I might be here with boots on. The Shield, C.W. Sloan. We were talking about just while we were on break.
Yeah.
About how I would pick up David Montgomery.
I mentioned J Bone. I'm going to try to call you that, Jared. It kind of pains me every time I say it.
It's a little tough.
It is.
It's a little tough.
I mentioned to J Bone that I could kill two birds with one stone, and that would be taking David Montgomery. I get a pretty solid running back, and I get to piss off Glenn. But I said, you know what? I'm not in the pissing off Glenn business.
I almost had it.
Yeah.
I was one pick away
from the guy you've
from
wanted.
doing the stack with Gibbs.
Yeah.
And what does that nerd who ruins everything in every league that he's attached to, all 47 of them, that fool said in our text group that he had ran 40 drafts this season. Get out of my face, wherever you are, Charles Winston Sloan.
Is that what you think the CW stands for? Okay.
Today, I do not apologize.
I do not. I am firmly against him. I was already firmly against him, and I have been for some years now. But now it is a personal war, and there will be advancements and tactics from my side that he may not be prepared for.
Wow. Okay. Could be a face-off tomorrow. Tony Dunn will be here, CW, the Shield, and who knows?
We got to have some.
We could have a run-in.
We could.
Cocojones.
Who has the bigger cocojones? As I was saying, we need to take a break. Shout out to the big dog. Loving the Studio C, the video interviews we've been incorporating into Pirate Radio Live. And you will be seeing more and more of that. In fact, you'll see more of that when we return. Jeff Nadu joins us via audio for our radio audience and video for our YouTubers and Facebookers. Hour 2, Pirate Radio Live on the way with Nadu and Holton Ahlers after this.
Country music star Sarah Evans will be coming to the Weldon Mills Theater, Eastern North Carolina's best entertainment venue, on September 14th. Conveniently located just off I-95 in Roanoke Rapids, Weldon Mills Theater offers a hassle-free entertainment experience with free parking, wallet-friendly concessions, and a cozy atmosphere. With comfortable seating throughout the venue, there isn't a bad seat in the house. Join Weldon Mills Theater for a memorable event where you can relax and make lasting memories. Get your tickets to see Sarah Evans on September 14th at WeldonMillsTheater.com.
If you missed the Brian Bailey Show, you missed.
Mike Houston joins us now. I think we saw glimpses of the true Roger Harris late in the season last year, didn't we?
You know, he's coming off ACL last year, and really it takes probably 2 years to get fully back from an ACL. Sometimes guys come back faster, but you really saw him the second half of the season, and particularly the Tulsa game. You saw what he was when he was a freshman, and I think that's the version you're going to see this year.
Tune in Mondays at noon for the Brian Bailey Show, powered by Greenville Utilities, right here on Pirate Radio.
Okay, you have got to come to the Loose Goose. I mean, right now, come to the Loose Goose, 241 Four Lines Road, Winterville, North Carolina. We are a part of Advanced Moving and Storage. All the cool things that we buy, find, oh my word, you won't believe it. We've got everything from furniture to every kind of household thing that you need except appliances. The Loose Goose. We're open Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 5:30, and on Saturdays, 10 till 5. You're going to be so glad you did.
You want subs made with high-quality meats and cheeses? You go to Jersey Mike's. You want high-quality radio ideas? You go to me. Like this. I'm an astronaut on a mission to find water on the moon. But because I'm a genius, I realize that what humanity actually needs in space is high-quality meats and cheeses from Jersey Mike's. Now to figure out how to remove the helmet and eat the sub without my head exploding. Here goes nothing. Always high-quality meats and cheeses. Jersey Mike's, a sub above.
Save a load on a new John Deere compact utility tractor and loader from Quality Equipment. It's never been easier to get the best brand on the market at an unbeatable cash price or with great financing at our lowest ever monthly payment. Now is the time to get that tractor package you've been dreaming of to get your next job done right. Stop by one of our 36 locations in North Carolina, South Carolina, and Virginia, or visit us online at qualityequip.com.
We all have seniors in our life who may need a little extra help with technology. University PC Care's Quick Helps are affordable, in-store, short appointments designed for seniors who may need a little TLC to help with setting up a new computer, help with email or passwords, or help with the latest online scam. They don't need to fear technology anymore. Call 252-558-1280 to schedule an in-store Quick Helps appointment for Greenville or New Bern. Learn more at universitypccare.com.
I'm Donald Stocks, owner of PIP Marketing Signs Print. We are your one-stop shop for just about anything printed. If we're not your go-to printer, please give us a call at 355-1636. We have over 80 5-star Google reviews and want you to be our next more than satisfied and well-pleased customer. Check us out at growatpip.com or stop in to see us at 3185 Mosley Drive in Greenville. PIP, where business goes to grow.
Greenville's hometown pizzeria is Cucinella's. Cucinella's has 2 locations with great options for lunch, dinner, takeout, and they now offer catering. Dine in for lunch with a slice, salad, and a drink with a friend, or stop by after work and grab a beer or glass of wine while you wait for your to-go order. The best pizza, grinders, salads, and homemade Italian ice is at Cucinella's. Cucinella's Midtown across from Best Buy, downtown across from Sup Dogs, and on Facebook and Instagram. Cucinella's, serving handcrafted pizza since 1932. Come taste the difference.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local. Print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Good news, business travelers. PGV and American Airlines has added a new early morning flight available now. Book today at AA.com and be on time for that connection in Charlotte. Pick Greenville Airport, where the Pirates fly. And are you ready for some football, Pirate Nation? Bud Light is America's favorite light beer and the official beer of the ECU Pirates. When planning your fun times, be sure to pick up some Bud Light at your favorite retailer. This season, Bud Light has a new limited edition purple and gold ECU bottle on sale now. Cheers to football fun at the tailgate and in the stadium this year. And remember, always stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now let's head back in to PRL. Here's Clip.
Back with you, Hour 2, Pirate Radio Live. Holton Ahlers is going to join us in a moment. Sean is off to Girls' Night Out at Wildflower Florist. So that's from 4 to 7. So we'll see Sean on Friday. Jamie says, knick-knack, paddywhack, let's go, J-Bone. Gotta step up while Sean is gone. Doing a little Jameis rhyme there. Thank you for that, Jamie. Thank you to Jarrett for being here his 4th day in a row during Pirate Radio Live. The big dog is here helping out with some video stuff we're doing, including this chat with Jeff Nadu, who I talked to about an hour ago, 30 minutes ago. Well, not 30 minutes ago, hour and 30 minutes ago, as we broke down the Mountain West, talked some college football, and here is that conversation. All right, Jeff Nadu joining us today on Pirate Radio Live and hooking up with him via video. Jeff, this might be the first time we've ever done this in all these years, so good to have you. How you doing, man?
Yeah, you're a lot uglier than I thought.
Well, I'll take that as a compliment. It means I have a great voice for radio.
You do. You definitely have a face for radio. No, I'm only kidding, Clip. Thank you for having me. I'm glad that you guys are jumping into to a new day on Pirate Radio. One of my favorite call-ins to do. I always appreciate talking to you and to all the Pirate fans. So
thank you, man. And shout out to the big dog, Glenn Griffin, for helping us move into this new age. Jeff, we've been previewing the conferences. Let's talk some Mountain West today. A conference that I've got some interest in because of this new college football game. I'm in an online dynasty, and the Group of 5 team I selected was Fresno State. So I've been playing a lot with the Bulldogs. They got a great receiver in Moss, a great running back in Sherrod. I don't love their quarterback, Mikey Keene. I remember him from UCF, but I guess the big news there, Jeff Tedford stepping down. What was that, like a month or so ago? So they got some inconsistencies there with the coaching staff. Boise State's obviously the favorite there, but is Fresno, Air Force? Who do you have like right behind Boise?
Yeah, I would probably still go with Fresno right up there, but I think a group that to really keep a major eye on is UNLV. I think what they did last year was really impressive. I like Barry Odom a lot. They had kind of one of those random years where they just kind of played really well. They were kind of the New Mexico State of the Mountain West, kind of a team that came out of nowhere. Look, I like Barry Odom, always have. He's a great defensive coach, but they really moved the football around. Jaden Maiva was a great quarterback. Seems like they went out and got some real, kind of talent on the outside. They have 4 starters back up front. And you look at what they did defensively. Look, they weren't great, but they made massive improvements. They gave up under 30 points a game, which it seemed like they'd been a long time since they did that. I feel like Odom, now that he's in his second year, they get a bunch of new transfers in, including high major kids. They got a kid from Texas. They got a couple of other kids as well. So I might maybe even consider throwing UNLV up there. But, with, obviously Fresno's ability, the fact that I actually do like Mikey Keene. You obviously mentioned him going to UCF. I think their offense is really, really, really good. And their defense was strong last year, per usual.
Jeff Nadu joining us. UNLV, I've had a bit of a close following with them because ECU's former safety Damon Magazoo was a coach there. This offseason, Mags comes from Las Vegas back to Greenville, now coaching the secondary here at East Carolina. But I'd find myself after our fifth quarter call-in show going home watching some late-night UNLV football. And I guess it was 2 years ago looking at Phil Steele, Jeff. They had so many close games to start the year. I kept wanting to send that text at midnight, hey, Mags, congratulations on the first win. And it took forever to get it. But their trajectory has gone from 2 wins to 5 wins to 9. So they are certainly a team on the rise that could contend with Boise. How good is Boise in 2024? We got to go back, hell, Jeff, almost 20 years to when they were started going to the big time, BCS games, the New Year's Six bowl games. Are they still like that Group of 5 power that they were then? Can they kind of recreate some of that magic this year and maybe be the playoff team?
Well, I think they are, just because, I don't really love the G5 this year. I'll just be honest. I think there's some really good teams. Like, I like Memphis. I like Liberty. I think Liberty's a shoo-in to get to the College Football Playoff with just how good they are compared to everyone else in Conference USA. And look, I don't love this conference as a whole. I don't think it's real good, to be honest. Air Force has, and I've talked to you about this, occasionally every 3 or 4 years, they go through this where they lose a bunch of kids because you only have 4 years in college, and they're replacing their whole offensive line. I think Boise's still the best team. I think to get to the playoff, 4-1 seemed pretty fair. They should get there, but they got questions, Clip. They have a new coach. They have a whole new quarterback. Now it's Malachi Nelson, who I think will be fine there. He's a 5-star recruit, was at USC. Ashton Ginty is one of the best running backs in the country. Receiver, they're strong. But they got to also get better on defense. They weren't very good last year. They gave up 6 yards of play on defense. That's got to be better. So I don't know if it's a foregone conclusion. I'll tell you what I would do. And I might be going out on a major limb. Why not take a shot with a Fresno or UNLV?
Not just to win the league, but to make the playoff?
Right.
Yeah.
I think you have to, because the Mountain West is going to be higher thought of than the Sun Belt, Conference USA.
Where does Mountain West and American? How do you rank them, Jeff?
The American's better as a conference to me. Then again, I mean, both bottom of the conferences are bad.
Right.
But you look at like UNLV. I mean, they have to play at Houston, so that's a Big 12 opponent. They got to play at Kansas. That's a Big 12 opponent. They also play Syracuse, ACC, given the circumstance. Not a great Syracuse team, but look, let's say they beat a Kansas, and let's say they go into that Kansas game or past that Kansas game 3-0. I mean,
at Oregon State's not a bad non-conference game too. So
yeah. Now look, I'm looking currently at one book that's in front of me. They don't even have UNLV to make the playoff. But I will say, with this new advanced playoff and the fact that 5 teams are going to get in from those groups, I think you have to take flyers on, let's say, a UNLV or a Fresno. Now look, do they win a game? Probably not. They're going to get probably trounced in the first game, but I don't care. The bet is to make the playoff.
Jeff, what's happened at San Diego State? They used to be one of these group of 5 teams you could look at and say that they're going to win a lot of games. They're going to play good defense. That's I guess that's been their thing, right? They've been able to play defense but not score. So where is San Diego State right now? They are pretty far back here in the in Phil Steele's rankings.
Yeah, I think they just held on to Brady Hoke a little too long. I think he had some success there. But they got away. I mean, for years, Clip, they've had great running backs. I mean, they had, the Donnell Pumphrey types, guys like that. Many years ago, they had, obviously, Marshall Faulk. Didn't Marshall Faulk went to San Diego?
Oh, yeah, he was asked.
Yeah. I felt like it was something else. But, yeah, great player. They've always had some good running backs, guys that ended up making the league. But they haven't had that home run hitter running back the last year or two. And they've also fell apart defensively. That was kind of one of their stalwarts over the years. They were just a strong, good secondary, generally put a couple of kids into the league, always good linebackers. But that's kind of went to the wayside. And, offense, I'm excited about them this year. It doesn't seem like they've had a good quarterback in a long time. I think Ryan Lindley was the last good quarterback they had. He had a couple of spells in the NFL with the Cardinals and other teams. They went out and hired Sean Lewis, who was at Kent State. He did some good things. He's always kind of one of those offensive guru gadget type guys. I think he's going to come in and just inject some much needed help into that offense, give them a shot in the arm. They bring back 6 people on offense as far as starters are concerned. They got to get back to what they do best on defense. They're a team that I'm kind of interested in, I think, from an underdog standpoint, maybe to be – I know a lot of people, including Steele, have them towards the bottom of this conference. They're a team that wouldn't surprise me if they finished 8th or 9th. It also wouldn't surprise me if they maybe jump your Wyomings, Utah States, and your Colorado States and maybe push bowl eligibility in winning like 7 or 8 games.
Man, this conference has some interesting names as head coaches, and a couple I was going to ask you about that I knew about. One I'm literally just seeing for the first time, but let me start, and we're talking Marshall Faulk and Old Boise. Maybe I want to recreate my childhood or my teenage years. Can Timmy Chang make Hawaii fun the way he did when he played quarterback, June Jones, that era, Jeff?
Well, look, I think if he does, look, they're not the worst team in this conference. And I think the only reason is because, look, New Mexico's horrific, and so is Nevada. And for that matter, so is San Jose. I mean, without Brett Brennan, they're going to be bad. But I think Hawaii is the best of those teams. I think what Hawaii will be is I think they'll be able to put points on the board. But they're going to occasionally get trounced because they can't stop anybody. They've been generally among the worst defense in the country over the last, let's say, 5 years. But Braden Shager is a great quarterback. That's a kid who can put points on the board in a hurry. They're going to be a team that I have an interest in from an over standpoint. My concern is, look, it's nice getting a guy like Timmy Chang. Obviously, you remember him from, when you were in high school or college, and he could throw the ball around. But, to do that, you have to have good, offensive line presence. I'm going to see kind of what they have up front. I want to say they gave up in the 4th. There was only a few teams that gave up more sacks than them. And if you're a team that can't block up front, you're going to have issues. So it doesn't really matter. You could have Tom Brady at quarterback. If you don't have anybody protecting him, it really doesn't matter.
Kind of the flip side to that high-powered offense. You mentioned San Jose State. Kid Niumatalolo, man, he gave the Pirates hell for years when he was in Navy. Jeff, as far as we know, are they going, option attack like Niumatalolo does, or are they doing something different there at San Jose?
No, they're doing something called the spread and shred. I don't know. It sounds like some kind of surfing move or something. I have no idea. It's some sort of like hybrid between, I think there's like annals from like Mike Leach and like Norm Chow and just.
Oh, wow.
I have no idea.
Okay.
They have some kind of offensive coordinator called Craig Stutzman. I don't know much about him. I think it's going to take time. Ken's a guy who, look, I think to be fair, and look, he's a good coach. I liked him at Navy, but I just don't know that he would succeed at another school other than a military school. That offense is just so drabby and boring. I got to see it before I have any interest. And my thought is it's probably not going to work. I think they're a team that will struggle to score. Maybe they can stay in games defensively. He generally had pretty good defenses at the Naval Academy. But again, you get a certain type of player at military schools.
Yeah.
Ones you're not going to get at San Jose State. It's a little different. You have to want to go and be a part of a military school. And he doesn't have that to kind of fall back on it at San Jose.
The other coach's name that caught my eye, did not know this guy was here, Jeff. Bronco Mendenhall is back in coaching. And we're talking about a guy that's had a ton of success, at Boise, but even at Virginia. Virginia's really been struggling since he left a few years ago. I didn't know he was back in coaching, but he takes this New Mexico job. You said, I guess he's got a lot of work to do there, Jeff?
Yeah, I mean, this team's lost 32 of their last 43 games overall. I mean, they don't win very much down in Albuquerque. And look, I mean, it's never good when New Mexico State, kind of embarrasses you. But this New Mexico team has just been a bet against for a long time. They gave up 38 points a game last year. It's just not good enough. Again, a lot of transition. I think they're going to be a team that'll try to run the ball, keep the ball on the ground, kind of smash mouth football, game manager at quarterback, and just hope to kind of get something on the board to go right. I think it's going to be a long year, though, for Bronco. We'll see if he can start getting some recruits. Look, that's a fertile area. I mean, out in the Southwest, now that the Pac-12 is kind of dissipating, maybe they can help themselves on the recruiting end, but it's a tough job.
Jeff Nadu joining us, breaking down the conferences. Hey, take a flyer on a UNLV, a Fresno, to win this thing and to knock off Boise State. Jeff, we've been rolling through the conferences. We still got a few more we can hit next week, a couple more, but we'll also be previewing week 0 next week. Have you started to there's only a select few amount of games. I guess the best one would be, Florida State, Georgia Tech, and Dublin. But have you got any games circled for week 0, or are you kind of waiting to week 1 to attack?
No, I'm going to be involved for sure. It's funny. We were just talking about New Mexico. If I told you, let me ask you, Clip, you've gotten better at this over the years, talking to me maybe. I don't know. But New Mexico plays an FCS opponent, Montana State. What do you think the line is in that game?
I am a man of honor like yourself, Jeff, and I have seen this line because we talked about it on the show, and I was shocked to see that New Mexico were dogs, and I want to say it was like 8.5 or something. Is that right?
Yeah, they're 8.5-point underdogs. Which
is that valid? And do you say, okay, that makes sense? I don't know.
Yeah, I think it does. I mean, Montana State's a great program under Brett Vigen, very good coach, very good. Just culture guy. That's a good program there. New Mexico is a home dog to Montana State. I mean, that's pretty unbelievable. 8.5 point, not 2.5, 4.5, 8.5.
Yeah.
I also think, SMU, Nevada. Look, Nevada's not good. I'm curious to see kind of what they have there under their new coach, Jeff Choate. And he was at Montana State. He kind of, the coach there kind of worked under Choate, which it's kind of a 6 degrees of separation kind of thing. So, I have my eye on things, but I just be honest. If you're going to give me 8.5 points with a Division I team against an FCS team, look, I can understand if New Mexico's a favorite, and I don't want to bring this up, Clip, but I will. One of the first times I ever talked about football with you was North Carolina A&T, and I told you they would beat East Carolina back in what was it, 2016, 2017? It was a long time ago.
Yeah.
If it was that one, so be it. But they're 8.5-point underdogs.
You were all over that early, even when we opened up with James Madison. You said Madison should be favored and is going to win this game, and you were right. So, Nadu, we're up against it. We'll let you run. Let's do it again next week, man. Good to see you, and glad you're doing well. And we'll talk more football with you next week, Jeff.
Yeah, good to see you too, Clip. I'll talk to you next week. Good to finally see you on camera. I'll talk to you.
All right, Jeff Nadu joining us today on Pirate Radio Live. That's a great way to get through the footballless doldrums of summer, and that's just break down leagues. And we've been doing that for the last couple of months here on Pirate Radio Live. Still got to hit like the Sun Belt and MAC. Maybe we'll run through those next week. But Conference USA, I think, as well, we have not hit. But we'll break down some week 0 coming up next week right here on Pirate Radio Live. Let's take a break. 0. Holton Ahlers will join us. We got that chat. And we got more on Pirate Radio Live on a Thursday. Greg Hudson joining us live in the Pirate Radio studios coming up in hour number 3. Back with you, PRL, after this.
Are you ready for some football, Pirate Nation? Bud Light is America's favorite light beer and the official beer of the ECU Pirates. When planning your fun times, be sure to pick up some Bud Light at your favorite retailer. This season, Bud Light has a new limited edition purple and gold ECU bottle on sale now. Cheers to football fun at the tailgate and in the stadium this year. And remember, always stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Go Pirates!
Country Mart has been locally owned and operated for over 40 years and is your premier country store serving the best cheese biscuits and country food around. Country Mart is open every day and has 2 locations in Bethel on Highway 11 and in Stokes on Highway 903. Both Country Mart locations are top-of-the-line fuel stations serving Shell gas, including 93 ethanol-free high-octane gas, which is the best for all you boat owners. Country Mart, fueling you up with great food in your engines with great gasoline. Go Pirates.
Do you want to get rid of wrinkles, tighten and lift your skin, smooth your skin texture, erase veins and brown spots, get rid of unwanted hair and under-eye fat pads? Are you interested in Botox or filler? Contact the licensed professionals at Beauty Bar Medi-Spa for a free consultation and ask about our newest technologies and treatments. Learn more at beautybarmedispa.com, Red Banks Road, Greenville. Enjoy your visit, love your transformation, and go Pirates!
Have you ever seen those exotic aquariums like the guys do in Las Vegas on television? You ever thought about having one of these aquariums in your business? It's more affordable than you think. This is Hal Pruitt with rentafishtank.com. We can make having an aquarium in your business turnkey with no work, cleaning, or hassles for you. Rentafishtank.com creates a relaxing atmosphere and keeps children occupied. Rentafishtank.com already services many dental, pediatric, and doctor offices, plus hospitals and senior living centers. Check us out at rentafishtank.com.
Hey Pirate Nation, be sure to have the best and comfortable shoes with a stop at Fleet Feet. This is ECU alum Chris Lunyon, owner of Fleet Feet of Greenville, and we provide solutions through one-on-one service to runners, walkers, and everyone in between. Fleet Feet has the tools and technology to get you in the right shoe, including a 3D foot scanner that measures arch height, width, and more. Come visit us at 207 East Arlington Boulevard in the old Gordon's Golf location. Fleet Feet, we run for you.
There have been many changes in the automotive world. At Phelps Chevrolet, the Phelps boys are here to take care of you. Mike, Daryl, and 4 of Mr. Phelps' grandsons, Wade, West, Allen, and Clay. You see, things at Phelps remain the same. The Phelps team has served Eastern North Carolina for over 50 years. We make your visit easy and fun. We are your neighbors, and that's what neighbors do. Phelps Chevrolet in Greenville. Like Mr. Phelps' great-granddaughter says, Come in and get you one.
Find new roads with Chevrolet at PhelpsChevrolet.com.
Great food, great atmosphere, and great service is Ottavola Market Cafe. Ottavola is simply a restaurant that focuses on that, being a great restaurant. There's something for everyone at Ottavola. The menu offers a variety of great choices like pastas, pizzas, sandwiches, soups, salads, and seasonal rotating selections. Lunch or dinner, Ottavola is always the right call. Call ahead and get Ottavola to go, or stop by the bar for a drink with friends. It's simple. Come and eat at Ottavola Market Cafe, Red Banks Road next to Food Lion, and OttavolaMarket.com. Ottavola, Pirates supporting Pirates.
Pirate fans, the 2024 ECU football season will be here before you know it, and season tickets are on sale now. Lock in your season tickets to be a part of the Dowdy Ficklin experience all year long. Season tickets start as low as $115. Payment plans are also available to fans who lock in their seats early. Just head to ECUPirates.com or call the athletic ticket office at 1-800-DIAL-ECU. We look forward to seeing you in Dowdy Ficklin Stadium in 2024.
This is Parker Bird from ECU Baseball, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local. Print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Be sure to visit one of ECU graduate Brandon Tate's U.S. Cellular locations and experience the highest standard of customer service. The purpose of the Atlantic Wireless Store experience is to inform, illuminate, and inspire. Find the location near you at AtlanticWireless.com. Atlantic Wireless, we go beyond the call. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip.
Back with you, Pirate Radio Live, looking at the Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard presented by Dubuck. Braves trailing the Giants 2-0. They head to the third. San Fran just put up 2 runs on Max Fried in the bottom of the second inning. The Mariners were up 1-0 just about the entire game, but bottom of the 8th, Javi Baez hits a 2-run home run, and the Tigers beat the Mariners 2-1. It is Dodgers 4, Brewers 3 in the 8th, and the A's lead the Mets 7-6 in the 8th inning. There is football on tonight.
Yep. Eagles-Pats.
Super Bowl rematch?
Yeah.
From years ago. Anybody playing? I haven't looked. I did just see. So yesterday on the bottom line, we did the, now I got to remember, Matt Stafford left practice. So I said, Chandler, who was taking snaps for the Rams? And J-Bone from the Cloud said, Jimmy Garoppolo. Didn't know he was there. I did know this guy was here, but I saw where Trevor Lawrence is not playing in the Jags preseason game. So who's likely to get the start, Jarrett?
Mac Jones.
Roll Tide, former Pat, now with the Jaguars. And no preseason games Friday. That's weird. They go Thursday and then a boatload on Saturday and 2 on Sunday. No Monday night preseason action either. So a lot on Saturday coming up. And then next Saturday, week's here. We got football. We're getting into it, folks. 2 weeks away from the Pirate Radio football kickoff party. Planning to chat with Holton Ahlers that night and talking to him on the U.S. Sailor 5th Quarter Call-In Show. He and Cade Norman will be a part of the show this year. And Holton Ahlers joins us now on the Pirate Radio Live line here on a Thursday edition of Pirate Radio Live. Holt, how you doing today, man?
All right, Kevin.
Cliff, I'm doing good, man. Hope you are.
I am doing well, and one day closer to Pirate football. And, man, the comments were pretty hot on Pirate Radio's Twitter replies and Facebook and everything else when it comes to Mike Houston talking about the quarterback situation last night, Holt, as I guess the battle goes on. Now, on Monday, Coach Houston said that the quarterback situation, they wanted to be resolved sooner rather than later. John David Baker said the same thing earlier this week. So I think by the time we get through media day coming up next Monday, we'll have a starter named. But I've been wrong before. What's your take on the quarterback battle going on right now?
Yeah, we talked about it on this week's podcast, man. I think they're going to name one on Monday. I'd be willing to bet a lot of money on it. They want to give these guys time to do it. They're either going to name one on Monday or they're going to say, well, it's too close. We're going to give them both a half versus Norfolk State, which I wouldn't mind personally because, look, we better beat Norfolk State either way. But I think they're naming one Monday. It gives them, just preparation-wise, I know how Coach Houston thinks. He wants this mock week, this next week starting on Monday, to be a full mock week for the starter so he can kind of win the team over, be the starter, learn, how practice goes as the starter, get all those reps. And then the next week, obviously, is game week, and he's ready to go. He's done it before, at least in a mock week before. So I think they're going to name it. I think they'll tell the team Sunday and then name it to the public on Monday and let him be available for the media on Monday as well. But to be completely honest with you, I wouldn't be surprised. I mentioned this on this week's podcast, is like Saturday after the scrimmage, and it's kind of tough because it sounds like it's going to come down to the scrimmage. It's a lot closer than what people, I think, realize. I think they're both, from what I've heard, they're both good, but no one's bad in preseason either. So, I mean, until it's out there, that you don't know who's going to be good or not. But the team will know after Saturday just from feel. I feel like that is something that has stayed true. Like, there's a good chance that after the scrimmage, Coach Houston's going to tell one of the quarterbacks to break it down, break the team down, and whatever quarterback that is will be the starter. If it's a scrimmage that is super, super close, they're going to have to wait for the film. But I would expect Monday to be named the starter. And if it's not Monday, then I would expect them to say we're going to play both versus Norfolk State, which also wouldn't surprise me.
Holton Ahlers joining us, TBD on the QB situation for ECU. I'm very intrigued on who the starter is going to be. I'm almost as intrigued, Holton, to know how the guy who's not the starter is going to handle it. And we've talked about this week. Kind of famously, Rio Johnson was named the starter, and Shane Carden did not really toe the company line and say all the stuff you're supposed to say. He said, I'm pissed. I wanted to win that job. And eventually, 2-3 weeks later, he did take over the job and become one of the best of all time. So will the guy who doesn't get the job stay locked in? Because Holton, you've talked about it a lot on your podcast. You were banged up a lot in your career, and you played through that. But look, every team just about uses more than one quarterback these days. So you just hope the guy who doesn't win that job keeps his mind in it and his body in it and is ready to go when his number's called.
I hope so. In a day of the portal world, it's almost that we have guys who have already transferred 2 and 3 times. So, I mean, I would assume they don't want to transfer again. But, yeah, in college football today's world, man, like, you're going to have to, most times, like you said, you're going to have to go through a season. Another guy's going to get a rep throughout the season. I mean, game 1, my senior year versus State, I dislocate my shoulder and break my shoulder, tear my labrum, and Flynn goes in for at least one play. I mean, that was the second drive of the game. So, I mean, you're going to use 2 quarterbacks throughout the year, and that's a tough situation. I mean, when you're in a quarterback competition and the coach tells you and tells the media and everything you see that you're not the guy who's the best, I mean, like Shane said when he was there, I mean, I'd be pissed too. And like when I didn't play versus North Carolina A&T and we lost my freshman year, I was pretty pissed then too. So, I mean, backup's not a fun life unless you're in the NFL making millions. But like when you're in college grinding and you think you're the guy, like, yeah, it sucks.
Holton Ahlers joining us, Pirate Radio Live Line. Speaking of week 1, more bad week 1 memories. Holton, I love Norfolk State week 1 just for the fact that Mike Houston, for the first time in his Pirate career, can get to 1-0. Started 0-1 every year. Unfortunately, Holton, you can relate to that, right? Were you 0-for in week 1s?
I was, yeah. We played like every big school possible. They played Michigan. So, yeah, I mean, we definitely didn't get any layups like Norfolk State, I'll tell you that much. Well, A&T, yes, should have been a
right.
But when you're going 3-9 here in the bad years, I mean, it wasn't, sadly.
Look, you guys, I've found this out talking to Rajay, talking to yourself, Holton, Dirt, when you played, but you guys are able to move on, I think, better and quicker than fans and people on the outside are, because my thought is, like, you lose one or two early, it's like, man, now what are we working this hard for? What are we doing? But credit to the coaching staff and you players for understanding it is a long season and sticking with it. But damn, it's got to feel better to be 1-0 than 0-1, and maybe you get to 2-0 and beat Old Dominion, and then you start to really, I would think, practice only amps up and motivation only gets bigger at that point.
Oh, 100%. I mean, everyone's looking at that App State game. Everyone's looking at that Liberty game. But I've said it all along. That ODU game's a sleeper game where you're really going to kind of see you're going on the road. They're going to have a good environment. They're going to have a decent team. I don't know if they're going to have a great team, but they play in a good conference. They get good competition. So I think that's a sleeper game, and we'll kind of see. That's why I wouldn't mind going in and playing two quarterbacks in Norfolk State game, is because if you have a guy who's battle-tested, who showed week one, like, I'm the guy, rather than saying, oh, they played good in scrimmages. If you go out there and give them both a chance for game one, let them both see who plays better, and then go start the next guy week two in a hostile environment. I like that.
Yeah.
But also I know a lot of fans probably don't like that. Just the player in me knows that playing good in a scrimmage and playing good in a game are two different things.
Hey, look, I am a former Madden champion, Holton, not to brag, and so I know what I'm doing on the video games. On the ECU Dynasty, I started with 2 series for Hauser, 2 series for Garcia, and rode with the hot hand. So if Coach Houston wants to talk it over, see how that went for me, I'm willing to do that. But maybe I'll bring you in that conversation as well if you want to get in.
Yeah. I mean, if you just listen to the media clip, if you just listen to you, and now I guess me, I'm part of the media too. Like, I mean, we'd go undefeated.
And hell, we throw in the fifth quarter callers. We're winning it all. So there you go. Holton, a couple more things for you. Let's talk some QBs. Again, it's preseason. You said everybody looks good in the preseason. These were somewhat real bullets for the rookie quarterbacks last weekend, and I feel like that was the big storyline coming out of last week's preseason action. Caleb Williams looked awesome. Jaden Daniels, very small sample size, but threw a bomb or ran in a touchdown run on an RPO. Bo Nix had some big numbers. J.J. McCarthy looked pretty good. Unfortunately, he will miss the season after an injury. But rookie QBs, the storylines now, as you know, it's only going to get tougher for these guys, but pretty good debuts we saw last weekend.
I think so, too. I'm high on Bo Nix. I have been since the draft. I really think Jaden Daniels is another one that's going to be really, really good. And, I know you're a Commanders fan, so I'd be really excited about him. Those are two. J.J. McCarthy looked really good. He kind of surprised me. I'm not a big J.J. McCarthy guy. But he looked good, but he's not going to play this year. So let's not even talk about it, because he's not even going to be able to play. But your Commanders look like they're in good hands, Cliff.
Man, that's what I like to hear. Holton Ahlers joining us. Holton, one of my all-time favorite baseball pirates, joining you on the Holton Ahlers Show today. It's available. You can get it on Pirate Radio TV, wherever you get your podcast as well. But I like Pack for multiple reasons. He's a Conley guy, so he gets a bonus there. I love his sense of humor, and the dude could just flat out hit over 400 when he was here at East Carolina for a season, and now is into the coaching part of it. He's kind of all grown up, Holton. So what was a chat with a mature Brian Packard like for you?
He is. It was just that he's mature. He's in the coaching speak now. Like, I think he's going to do really well in the coaching. He seems really excited about it. And I was his teammate in baseball at Conley when he was getting recruited and stuff. So we talked about that. It's just a really good interview. He's very, very intelligent about just the baseball process, recruiting, and all that. So I really enjoyed it. Me and Earl are big conference realignment guys, and we talked about that a little bit. He gave a really good response on that for baseball, because obviously baseball's conference isn't the best, but he gave probably the best response you could have possibly given for that one. So it was a really good interview.
Looking forward to checking that out after a Pirate Radio Live. Holt, thanks for joining us. Have a great rest of your weekend, and hey, we'll preview week 0 with you next week.
Let's go. Can't wait. Quit. Talk to you then.
Holton Ahlers joining us, Pirate Radio Live on Thursday edition of Pirate Radio Live. Carolina College Sports Talk. Does anyone think we have a chance against Liberty? Of course we have a chance. It's been said a million times. Liberty played the weakest schedule in football last year, so I put our defense up against any Group of 5 school. There is no Group of 5 team that scares me when we put our defense on the field. Do we have enough offense to hang is my question. Can we put up enough points to win? So that's I wouldn't put last year's offense up against any Group of 5 school. But the improvements have been made. We just need to see them made on the field on Saturdays coming up this fall. Matt says, limit Liberty's run game, and there's a good chance. And Jamie says, anything is possible. Jamie says, got to strongly disagree on playing 2 quarterbacks any week unless one is a runner and one is a thrower. Gabe asking, will Holton be playing for the Renegades next year? I think he is leaving that option open for now, Gabe. Well, we talk about his future just about every conversation. We did not. I'm like tired of asking him that question because I feel like I ask him all the time. But right now in Holton's near future is the quarterback on the U.S. Sailor 5th Quarter Call-In Show, which we're excited about coming up this season. Let's get a break in. We'll come back. We'll get our Fleet Feet rundown. Coach Greg Hudson, joins us at 5 o'clock. And more Mike Houston audio to get to as well from last night's late night practice. Shout out Chan, and I think Jenny went as well. I did not. I was at home playing college football. Taking Kansas to the semifinal and losing to Oregon. Boy, that stunk. But got a lot of talent back with the Jayhawks and looking forward to a new season beginning tonight. We got an advance tonight, Jarrett, in our online Dynasty League 2. I'm Utah. Jarrett is Iowa. After an 0-2 start, the Utes have won a rivalry game and also knocked off the number 9 team in the country, Oklahoma State. So I'm 2-2, but feeling good. How are things right now in Ames? Wait. No, Iowa City.
I don't know. It's very realistic. I'll say that. Getting into Big Ten play is a struggle.
So what's your record?
2-1 at the moment. I don't know if I have a 4th game that I have to do tonight.
There is an advance tonight.
Yeah.
So make sure you check that.
Yeah, I'm going to check it as soon as I get back home.
You, I know you said going into that Minnesota game you were averaging, 14 points a game?
Yeah, my defense was scoring most of my points.
So it's just like the real game.
I was punting it like 9 times. I've never done that in a video game.
Well, you knew what you were getting into when you picked Iowa.
Yeah, I wanted the challenge.
Yeah. And you got it.
It's been pure hell.
Want some, get some. Fleet Feet Rundown when we return. Eric says, I wouldn't put last year's offense against the banners that Pee Wee football teams run through. Come on, Eric. It's a little much. Back with you after this.
Party like a pirate, Thursday, August 29th at the Pirate Radio Football Kickoff Party.
Hey, Pirate Nation, it's Pirate Steve.
And Lady Pirate Marissa.
Join us August 29th at the State Theater in Greenville, North Carolina for the Pirate Radio Kickoff Party.
Yep, 6 p.m. and we're going to be joined by Blake Pearl, a former pirate and American Idol singer. You don't want to miss it.
Go Pirates.
Arr. The Pirate Radio Football Kickoff Party is back, presented by Carolina Eagle Distributing. Get tickets now at pr927fm.com for only $10. Arrgh.
This is Trey Hayes with Advanced Moving and Storage. Advanced Moving and Storage is here to help you have the best move ever. Advanced Moving and Storage is dedicated to making sure you get everything you need on your next move, no matter how large or small, whether you're local, in-state, or out-of-state. Our courteous and experienced personnel is ready to help. Call Advanced Moving and Storage today at 252-321-3200. If you want to remove stress from your next move, use the moving company the Pirates use. Advanced Moving and Storage.
You want a sub freshly sliced to order? You go to Jersey Mike's. You want the perfect radio idea? You go to me. Like this. I'm a lone ninja warrior. By night I glide unseen across the rooftops. watching my enemies from the shadows. By day, I go to Jersey Mike's, watching someone freshly slice my sub. My blade is called Shadow. His blade is a Berserba brand meat slicer. Clearly, I have much to learn about this land. Freshly sliced just for you. Jersey Mike's, a sub above.
This is your What's New update brought to you by Greenville Auto World. What's new? Greenville Auto World has new owners and is part of the DriveHereNow.com team of dealerships. New owner Tommy Cook and his team have 4 dealerships with a fully stocked inventory, over 200 SUVs, trucks, cars, and over 50 lenders, and has financing for anybody. Get shopping today at DriveHereNow.com. Greenville Auto World, Highway 43 at Bells Fork across from Speedway. Pirates supporting pirates.
Pitt County Schools is in the people business, and we are hiring. If you're looking to make a difference by helping us ensure the future of Eastern North Carolina, we invite you to be part of our dynamic team. If you're just starting out or exploring a career change, the doors of one of Pitt County's largest employers are open for those seeking competitive pay and a multitude of advancement opportunities. We offer learning support and advanced leadership opportunities to better prepare our educators and skilled labor force. If you want to be part of an award-winning school system that focuses on educating students and growing our employees, we encourage you to surround yourself with people who are going to lift you higher. To fill out an application, please visit our website today at pittschools.org. That's pittschools.org, and help us engage, empower, and elevate through 38 schools and 1 community.
Looking for physical therapy near you? Have you had orthopedic surgery, a work or sports injury, or a medical condition that has limited your day-to-day activities? At ENC Physical Therapy, we strive to provide one-on-one care with a personalized treatment plan with little to no wait times for initial evaluation. ENC Physical Therapy is located in Washington, a convenient 20-minute drive from Greenville. As a patient, you have options and the right to choose where to go. So give ENC Physical Therapy a call today at 252-495-0018. ENC Physical Therapy.
Ahoy, mateys! It's Captain Jack Spare of R&R Tire Express. We're here to serve our pirate community by offering easy payments for easy ownership. For you landlubbers, R&R will install a new set of tires for just $20. $50 installs new custom wheels and tires. To learn more about R&R, stop by 3920 US 264 or rnrtires.com.
This is Carson Wissenhunt, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local. Print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Chico's Mexican Restaurant is where all the locals go for Mexican food and fun. Grab your amigos and head to Chico's for the Gulf of Mexico every Tuesday. A huge 38-ounce lime margarita for only $8.99. On Wednesdays, all Mexican imports are $2.99. On Thursdays, it's half-price house margaritas. For Mexican food and fun, it's got to be Chico's in downtown Greenville and online at chicosrestaurant.com. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip.
Back with you, Pirate Radio Live. We'll wrap up hour number 2 with a Fleet Feet rundown. And, hey, our buddy Alex Harper has shown up for his daily 15-second appearance. Alex, how about you snap some information to our listeners regarding Fleet Feet?
Hey, Pirate Nation. Be sure you have the best and most comfortable shoes this tailgate season with a stop at Fleet Feet. Locally owned and operated by ECU alum Chris Lunyon. Fleet Feet of Greenville provides solutions through one-on-one services to runners, walkers, and everyone in between. Fleet Feet has the tools and technology to get you in the right shoe, including a 3D foot scanner that measures arch height, width, and more. Go see them at 207 East Arlington Boulevard in the old Gordon's Golf location. Fleet Feet. They run for you.
All right. I want to do a Did You See? So, Jared, Shirley, if y'all saw anything that maybe I missed, you can add to this. But did you folks see that Notre Dame is suspending their men's swimming program for a year?
Yeah. Apparently,
we'll talk to Coach Hudd about that.
Yeah, apparently they had a some sort of gambling issue. They had a hidden sports book or something like that.
Yeah, and I don't know. Over-under lines were established for a swimmer's time in certain races, with wagers being placed on the outcomes. So it just sounds like they're doing some internal gambling here. Like, I don't know if they were taking bets on other sporting events, but it sounds like to me where if me and Jared have a meet coming up, let's say Jared's racing this week, but I'm not. I'm out with an injured dorsal fin. And I can place a bet on Jared going under 30 seconds in the 200 meter. I don't know. I don't even know what I'm saying, but I do know how to gamble. So give me the under, and I guess there's a bookie on the team, and they're all throwing around money, but they have been suspended. And the athletics director said in a statement it was a deeply embedded team culture, dismissive of Notre Dame's standards for student athletes. So for all you Notre Dame swimming fans, you'll have to wait another year till they get back in the pool. There's a did y'all see anything I should know about?
Go ahead.
Did you see the Falcons traded for Matthew Judon?
Yeah, well, I saw that the Falcons, I've seen comments that the Falcons got a steal. What did they give up for Judon?
Third round pick, but they got to pay him.
So it was a case where the Patriots were getting whatever they could because he wasn't gonna. They weren't gonna pay him.
I think he's on his last year. So
yeah, older guy, but still very productive, right?
Yeah, I think he's 31. He only played 4 games last year, though.
Honestly, the only thing I think about with him is he's like one of the biggest players in the league with a single number.
Yeah,
he just looks odd with what is he 9 or whatever? He looks odd with that single digit. Shirley, did you see?
Yes, I do. The Bears and Bengals had a joint practice today. Unfortunately, the weather was not very good. And unfortunately, former Pirate offensive tackle Deontay Smith was carted off with a leg injury.
Damn.
No word as of yet is the severity. I do know that, according to reports, he was taken off the field in an air cast. So that's all we know right now.
Hate to see the cart go out there, but man, he's been at it for a while. So hopefully he's okay and can get back on the field at some point. He's been with the Bengals his entire time. I believe.
He was drafted by the Bengals.
In and out, yeah,
or he signed. I don't know if he was drafted or if he signed with the Bengals, but he's been with the Bengals since he signed with them, and he was the second Bengals player that had to be carted off today during that rain-soaked practice. So we'll keep an eye on that, and if some information pops up, we'll let you know.
Yikes! All right. Anything else?
No.
Oh, Jared, did we talk about? Did we talk about the Austin Dillon decision on the air? I don't think we did.
No, we talked off air.
Yeah.
NASCAR actually did something good.
They did what you said they should do.
Yeah. Don't
Austin
take away
Dillon,
the win. But
out of the playoffs.
Get him out of the playoffs. And it's hilarious because with the point deductions, he's right back in the same spot he was at before the win. So
now, if he goes out and wins a race between now and the playoffs, how many more races are left?
Let's see. The playoffs start September 8th. So
that's pretty close.
3 more.
Yeah, getting down to the wire. If he wins one of the next 3 weeks, he can get in. He's not banned from the playoffs, but as of right now, he's on the outside looking in.
Yeah, he's not gonna win. Nobody's gonna let him get that high up.
Has he made a statement or anything?
Richard Childress Racing put out a statement, said they're gonna appeal the decision, but with everything that I saw, it's not gonna get taken away.
Oh wow.
And Joey Logano got fined $50,000 for his burnout in front of Austin Dillon's pit box. Thank you.
Did you see? I didn't even know he was former. I thought he was still racing. Kurt Busch got arrested for drunk driving.
When?
In North Carolina. Did you say again?
Yeah. I mean, he's always been the problem of the two.
He was arrested Wednesday, Shirley, in Iredell County, North Carolina.
Interesting.
He was going 63 and a 45.
That's not terrible. I mean, being drunk behind the wheel is terrible, but 63 and a 45.
Well, I think that's kind of that's not the main issue here.
Yeah.
What if you're going 63 miles an hour while drunk? Would you say that was terrible?
Yeah, that's bad.
Okay. I just want to know your standards on what's bad and not bad.
I mean, don't drink and drive, but also don't speed if you're going to do that.
Thumb through before we take a break. How have we done like every team, but we still have so many teams to go? San Diego State, just talked about him with Nadu. I immediately think of Marshall Faulk.
Yeah. Let's see. Every time we do this, I just blink.
Blink or blank?
Blank.
Blank.
Mind blank.
As Nadu said, they've had some good running backs go through there. Good college running backs. Donnell Pumphrey had I want to say the most yards in the year that he was a stud. They have gone downhill 4-8 last year. Sean Lewis, their first-year head coach, and they are picked towards the end of the Mountain West by Phil Steele. In fact, they are picked 8th, tied for 8th. He's got Nevada, New Mexico, San Jose State, Hawaii behind San Diego State. But they are a team that usually throughout the years you would see near the top of that league. I think of Kawhi Leonard.
Oh, yeah, Kawhi. He did go there.
Yeah. They got a really good basketball program. But football, not great right now.
It says Herm Edwards went here, but I don't think.
You don't think what?
Okay, yeah, he went to like 3 different colleges, but he did go to San Diego State.
Okay, you play to win the game.
Yep.
We can move on now.
All right.
And we can take a break and take it into hour number 3, where Coach Hud, Greg Hudson, will join us. We'll recap his convo with Skip Holtz. We'll hear what Mike Houston had to say last night after ECU practice. Hud also says remind him to tell a story, so we'll do that. And your questions as well. I know Jamie will have a question for Coach Hud. Let's see. Oh, I got some did you see. Did you see MLB is considering a rule where starting pitchers have to pitch 6 innings, barring pitch count or injury? No, and that doesn't sound true, Jamie. You can't make a guy throw a number of innings.
I didn't see anything about that.
Jamie, where did you see that? At like your local corner store? Some guy was talking about it? I don't know about that. Josh says, so no one likes channeling the Intimidator, even in the 3-car. We all know Dale would have done it.
No, we wouldn't have.
And has. I've seen that comment a lot.
God, he did it one time, and they suspended him, they fined him, and he didn't do it again. That was early Dale.
Jamie says, I have partied with Kurt Busch twice. Was friends with his ex-wife, Eva.
Hey-o.
Watched race at Martinsville from his RV.
Nice.
Now, that's a cool story I'd like to hear about. When Grimesland Bigfoot hears San Diego State, he thinks of ugly helmets. All right, we'll take a break. Come back. Jamie said, dude, it was on ESPN. All right, I'll check it out. Jamie, get your Coach Hud question in, and if anybody else has a question for Greg Hudson, you can get that in on Facebook, YouTube, or X, because Hud joins us after this.
I am not the bookie.
Get your bets in.
Hey there, Eastern North Carolina. Jeff Stein at Brown & Wood. The Brown & Wood service specials include a tire price match guarantee, a $199 AC Delco front brake pad installation special. We also have a brake rotor rebate of $40 and a synthetic oil change on most vehicles for $89.95. Don't forget, free pickup and drop-off at Brown & Wood. 89 years in business, 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 rooftops, and 1 goal to make sure you leave a happy customer.
Country music star Sarah Evans will be coming to the Weldon Mills Theater, Eastern North Carolina's best entertainment venue, on September 14th. Conveniently located just off I-95 in Roanoke Rapids, Weldon Mills Theater offers a hassle-free entertainment experience with free parking, wallet-friendly concessions, and a cozy atmosphere. With comfortable seating throughout the venue, there isn't a bad seat in the house. Join Weldon Mills Theater for a memorable event where you can relax and make lasting memories. Get your tickets to see Sarah Evans on September 14th at WeldonMillsTheater.com.
Hey Pirate Nation, it's Caleb with Stroud's Marine. Boating season is here, and at Stroud's Marine we're stocked up with over 20,000 pre-owned parts. We've got everything you need from propellers, lower units, trim units, electrical and fuel parts, and just about anything else you need for an outboard. Speaking of outboards, we will buy your old ones. And as always, our mission is to save you money and get you back out on the water as quickly as possible. Visit StroudsMarine.com today for more information. Stroud's Marine, your best source for salvaged outboard parts.
There's a special deal at U.S. Cellular where you can get 4 lines for just $90. It's perfect for you, barbershop quartet.
That's us.
There's no trade-in needed, and it comes with 4 free phones of your choice.
4 free phones.
U.S. Cellular, built for us. Terms apply. Visit uscellular.com for details.
In this new world of having everything delivered to your home or office, why wouldn't you start using Cellular Warehouse for all of your cellular deliveries? Toby Williams and his team are in the business of delivering phones and tablets every day to customers, which enables you to take the hassle out of visiting a store. The best thing about this great service is that it's free. Call Toby Williams today at 252-799-7051. That's 252-799-7051, and let his team make your wireless experience fast and easy. Cellular Warehouse, your local U.S. Cellular authorized agent.
The Rick House is Eastern North Carolina's premier American-styled restaurant and bar, and there's always something special happening at the Rick House. Join us for lunch. It's our 2 for $20 lunch special during the week, and it's the perfect spot for that lunch business meeting. The Rick House celebrates the last Thursday of every month with a special wine tasting, and our buffet brunch is to die for. Follow the Rick House on Facebook for the latest schedule. The Rick House, American Provisions and Spirits, 710 Red Banks Road beside the bowling alley in Greenville. The Rick House.
This is Brian Harris with 360 Golf Carts, Pitt County's go-to shop for all things golf carts. We have E-Z-Go, club car, and utility carts to choose from. Whether it's for the beach, riding around the neighborhood, or working in the yard, 360 Golf Carts has the perfect ride for you. If you have issues with your current cart, take it by my shop for an expert's diagnosis. From parts to sales to service, we have you covered. We will even deliver right to you. So come see me, Brian Harris, on Highway 43, just past D.H. Conley High School. 360 Golf Carts, Pirates supporting Pirates.
There's a common misbelief today that to make it further, you need to push yourself, that you need to give up any joy to continue your rigid routine. Or you could try another way. Take some time to enjoy life, like having a Michelob Ultra with friends, because happiness is essential to living an exceptional life. Michelob Ultra, a refreshing and balanced flavor with only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Enjoy responsibly. Michelob Ultra, proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 at 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Golden Ticket Cinemas is Greenville's newest movie theater and is now open in the Greenville Grand location on Greenville Boulevard near the Cracker Barrel. Catch a movie on Greenville's largest screen in the Elite Theater or take advantage of great deals such as $5.50 Ticket Tuesdays. Get your movie tickets today at gtcinemas.com. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show in style at Golden Ticket Cinemas. Now let's head back in to PRL. Here's Clip.
I brought up the other day with Mully, the old Sports Illustrated. They used to have like signs of the apocalypse at the end. Welcome in, Coach Hud. Do you ever, you know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Remember the old?
Yes.
And I think that day we were talking about Snoop Dogg becoming a college football coach, like if that were to happen. But it's something I could see happening in this world. But here's one today. Here's your Sports Illustrated sign of the apocalypse. Hawk Tua girl throwing out the first pitch for the New York Mets and also doing a press conference. You know Hawk Tua girl?
No.
Okay, good. I got a video to show you.
No.
But great.
I thought that 15 minutes of fame was over.
It's
Apparently
still going.
Running wild.
Yeah.
You just got to blurt something out and you got a chance.
What more did you see? Did you see that Florida has an incoming basketball player that is 7'9"?
Did not see that.
Oliver Ryu.
Give me the What's the scale say on the weight?
Yeah, well, there's a photo of him.
Percy Harvey.
Percy Harvey went to Florida.
That's some Sean Bradley right there.
Yeah. Wow. I wonder how tall that. It looks like he's guarding a point guard. But that guy's probably like 6'7" or something. 7'9". I can't wait to see if this works out. Can he walk and chew gum at the same time? All right, Coach Hud, good to see you, man. Tons of awesome feedback on the Greg Hudson podcast, the show.
Well, that's good.
And Jeff Charles, the late great voice, always said a line at the end of his show. He said, "The guests make the show." I'm going to give you some props, but I don't know. I think a trained monkey could interview Skip Holtz because he can talk with the best of them. He is unbelievable. But, man, great job, Coach Hud, and really enjoyed it. Great stories. The Holtz, what's his the foundation, the group called?
Holtz's Heroes.
Holtz's Heroes. That was really cool to hear about. I was ignorant about that, so that was awesome. But if you missed it, check it out. Just a ton of great stuff, some great stories in there.
Yeah, and that's becoming, and I sort of look at Holtz's Heroes as an originator, but also Ohio State has a similar foundation called Beyond the Goal Line, and it's the same thing, that the players from past that have had some rough roads and stuff, guys that pass away, and the kids, you help with the family's tuition or get guys medical help that they need or recovery, and we need more of it. We need more of that. It'd be nice if every university had a postgraduate program like that.
I think it's cool that it's in place because I go back to when I first started doing stuff here at Pirate Radio, and I was interviewing athletes, and I got to know Philip Henry, EC receiver, who we had on the show throughout the years, who, good for him, is successful post-football. But he talked about there needs to be something for players once they leave East Carolina. I remember Pierre Bell talking about the same thing, and I think had some struggles. And talked about how there needs to be something for these guys when they leave. Skip brought it up great. When you recruit them, you say, we're a family, you're always part of this program. And to a degree, you're right. But then when they're done with school and they graduate and move on, the coach is paying attention to his current players. The school's paying attention to the current students.
Right.
Those guys kind of get left out. So those are guys that were part of your teams, and they were kind of forward thinking back then about this stuff.
If you look back at just from the era plus and minus 5 years that I was a student athlete at Notre Dame, we've had way too many guys pass away that under 60 years old. It's double digits, and that's one school, and they're not dying of natural causes. So there is a need for it. That is part of the role of what we've envisioned the podcast to be. Is it has a sports theme, but there is a mental health backstory and everything that we're trying to do with that.
Greg Hudson joining us. Any announcement for the next one, or is that under wraps for now? Got any plans?
Yes. No, we're gonna C.J. Wilson.
Oh man! All right, great. He's getting ready for the start of the high school football season,
and got a chance to spend some time with CJ. We went for a quick breakfast, and we were there for an hour and 40 minutes, and it was just awesome to catch up with him and everything he's trying to do at North Pitt. And if there's people out there that can help, they need all the help they can get, and he is working his tail off, and they've won some games. He's trying to create a culture and get it going out there, and it was really encouraging to sit there and listen to him talk. But for me, it was rewarding that he was repeating things that I know we have said to him.
Right.
And I'm asking him questions. He's asking me questions, and then he's responding, and I was going, oh, I know I heard that before. So that was really one of the great things I got out of that time together with him.
I know the answer to this question because I watched him here at ECU and in the NFL as well, but was CJ Wilson too nice to play football?
No.
Every time we talked to him, he had a smile, he'd chuckle. He just seemed like a happy-go-lucky guy. What was the CJ like that we didn't like? Did he get mean? Did he get mad?
He just got quiet, real quiet. And
that's when you know it's on.
Yeah. He had a different look on his face.
Yeah.
You can tell when somebody's pissed off. It's not that hard to see. Especially a big dude that's taller than you.
I see that quite a bit to this guy on my left.
Only when you open your mouth.
It's going to be tough for me to do my job here. Love CJ, great dude, and can't wait to hear that, Coach.
That'll be fun.
Yeah. All right. Let's go back, Shirley, while we're on the topic. Let's hear a little bit of the Greg Hudson show with Skip Holtz. Eller be there as well, and this is available now for you to check out. Here's part of it.
When we went to NC State and we were beating NC State, I remember the official came over with about 2 minutes to go in the game and said, "Coach, we're going to stop the game for a minute. We are going to lower the goalposts because they have some concerns that your fans might rush the field and tear down the goalpost," which is the first and only time that's ever happened to me in a game.
That was wild.
And
What'd you tell the official?
I remember looking at him and saying, "Take your sweet ass time because I'm going to enjoy this. I'm going to enjoy this."
I was standing right there. I was like, "This is too good to be true." And then they dropped that pirate flag from up top of the press box.
Yep. Take your time. I'm going to enjoy this.
Take your sweet ass time. One of my favorites. Shirley, we need to get that just to have. I
did a double take when he said. I was like, "What?" And then they dropped him.
It's almost as great as taking down the goalpost, because the State fans have to watch that thing slowly lower and just be like,
it was during regulation. That was the beauty of it.
There's time on the clock.
I don't know who the person was that got to the top of that press box and dropped the skull and crossbones.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know who that was. I'd love to meet that.
I bet we got a listener somebody told me who did
claim
that.
It.
That is true. That was me. Gabe said, Stallions legend, Skip Holtz. I had a question earlier. This was cool. I ran into a guy Monday or Tuesday night, and they got to talking about Skip Holtz and saying, "Man, I bet Skip might try to do something in the NFL now with all this success he's having." And I said, "Funny you say that." On the way here, I was listening to Greg Hudson ask about his future, and it sounds like his options are open, but sure, including going back to college. I love how honest he was about how pissed he was with the Louisiana Tech situation.
Oh, absolutely.
He rolled through that, and how he thought he.
And how's that worked out for them?
Not great. Brad said they should never buy another drink in North Carolina. Who are you referring to? Hud and Skip?
Water's cheap. I'm good. Well, this is actually a little expensive, but
yeah, if you want to buy Hud one of his classy bottled waters,
$15.99 for a 12-y at Harris Teeter.
There you go.
Hook me up.
We've got who's your question? Jamie's got a question for you. We'll get to that at some point. I want to talk some current East Carolina football. Shirley, can we hear some of Mike Houston from last night? And we had a night practice last night, Coach Hud. The first few games for East Carolina kicking off at 6 or later. So want to get acclimated to the night, the lights, and all that. Let's hear Coach Houston.
Really, really good night. Great last 3 days. I mean, the kids have come out and they've worked very, very hard this week. That was as close to a game as I've ever had in practice before a game. We did a lot of situational stuff. We had an officiating crew there under the lights in Dowdy Ficklin Stadium, and the electricity on the field it felt like game day. And the kids, I mean, that was awesome. And we created situations, or they created situations that you can't replicate in practice. Real game situations, late game stuff. This happens because of this. Here's what we got to do here. And it was good for us. I mean, now all of a sudden with the 2-minute warning and late game and your management of timeouts, it changes things. So it made us think of new things with that, and just great practice. Really excited about the way they approached it. Now everything is turned towards building towards Saturday. Want to have a really sharp scrimmage Saturday, and then start getting ready for Norfolk State.
How do the quarterback specifically handle these situations, because it is a lot of extra alertness?
It is. I mean, it's decision making. I mean, I think you had some great management of the clock. We had a 3:30. We've got the lead. We're trying to run the clock out, and I thought we had great management of the offense right there. We were able to drain it out and not give it back. And then the next time we went, the defense forced a punt, and all of a sudden we're in 2-minute mode. So I think there's a few learning things, but I think both quarterbacks had good nights tonight.
I've Coach Houston there. He talked about the 2-minute warning. I've played enough games of college football on the video game to get used to it at this point. I'm interested to see, while I'm watching college football this year, if the 2-minute warning will catch me off guard. Does that mean anything? I mean, does that change anything at all, or what?
To get the timeout?
Do you dislike the 2-minute warning?
I like any time they're going to stop the clock.
Okay. I guess
depending
defense
on the situation.
Yeah,
and you can call plays and defenses accordingly when you know that timeout's coming.
As a coach, and Coach Houston mentioned this, that they're trying to put him in all the situations here, time management and all those things. And there is the preparation part of being a coach and also the in-game part. And you don't always make the right decision. It's hindsight, but Skip, and you've mentioned this too, Skip talked about going for it in that NC State game, and he called himself a bonehead.
Yeah.
But,
it wasn't a yard. It was half a yard.
So you live and die with your decisions.
If you take it back, he probably would have kicked it.
Yeah.
I'm going to say I probably was at fault too. I don't remember, but I guarantee if he asked me, you know what I'd have said.
Shove it up there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm just half a yard.
Yeah. So
on the road against a rival.
Coach, how is it possible?
But situations you're talking about, I didn't mean to interrupt, but situations, you can play a great game and play your tail off and blow one situation and you lose the game. It is a situation game. It is a geographic, territorial game of geometry and holding angles and edges and perimeters and depth. And it's just a lot that goes into a lot of thought process. And then you throw in that there's 22 guys running it at full speed, in different directions, and it's pretty interesting.
Well, you kind of answered my question there. I was going to ask, how can you really prepare for every situation? I mean, you can do your best, but
no.
Yeah, it's impossible.
Now the digital age did help with that. You can do so much more, in the meeting rooms and stuff. But coaches will have at the end of the week through Thursdays and then Friday walkthroughs and then all the situations that you cover. And, we even had, the situation where a receiver runs an out route in a 2-minute drill, but you don't want him to catch the ball. If it's going to be a catch where he's going to get tackled in bounds, you rep that, and you might not see it the whole year.
Right.
I was in a game when we got called. This was some BS. We had a fumble. We were playing Louisville, not that I remember, at Cincinnati. Redmond was the quarterback. Chris Redmond. And we had a fumble on their sideline, going towards the sideline. And our defensive end ran and dove and scooped the ball and threw it in bounds. And they called it an illegal touch.
Threw it backwards?
He threw it to our side. And they said he was advancing the ball. He needed to scoop it and throw it to their side. Now, this was 1990, not that I can remember. This was 1999, I'm going to say, or 98. And the question was, do you mean you got to teach a kid in midair to realize what side of the ball he's on?
And also, why would the defense want to advance the ball? Was he an inside? Is it an inside job?
And we had another one where we lost at Southern Miss here, and they scored on a fumble on a 4th down, and they fumbled into the end zone, and you can't do that on 4th down.
And they've changed those fumble rules, which might have been a rule at the time, but now you can't do that, right? Advance.
Yeah.
Greg Hudson joining us. I'm curious about this. I don't even know if this is a good question or how you can answer it. So I'm asking it, so it's probably not. So you do these cut-ups and everything. You've seen what this team has done all year on 3rd and 3.
Absolutely.
And
hate that down and distance, by the way.
I'm glad I brought it up.
3rd and 3 is plain in the ass.
Generally speaking, are they going to do what they've done all year because that's what they do and they're going to run their best play? Or they know you've been looking at this all week and all year. They're going to try something new. I mean, what's the ratio of that? Can you even answer that question?
I'm going to say it's probably a higher percentage. Now, 51% of the time would be a plus, but no, you get the tendencies and you can get the matrix of everything. But then you got to look at what point of the season it is. And then you look at also, there's other variables of, is the person that's been making that play to that right side of the line, are they running 3rd and 3, or are they running the power pass, which looks like they're running the power, and then they dump it to the fullback in the flat, which is, unstoppable basically. Corner, the tight end's running a corner route. Is now the fullback's hurt. He's not in the game.
Yeah,
now
what personnel?
Like, okay, now the tight end's not in there. Or they lose an offensive lineman on the right side, and they're right-handed.
And you don't have time to really think about all this when it's happening right there. So you got to make a call, make a decision.
Until you're getting fired, and they're like, well, you missed too many calls.
Man. You know what? Your job might be tougher than I think, Coach.
Well, put it this way. Take all the variables, and you've got about 100 times a game, you got to make a decision in less than 9 seconds.
Yeah.
And you got to be right.
Well, good players make good coaches.
Man, they sure do.
that helps, right?
Yeah.
Let's take a break. More with Greg Hudson when we return. Pirate Radio Live. He said he's got a story that I need to remind you to tell.
Yeah, it's something I had forgot when you'd asked me about Notre Dame, and had a conversation with somebody, and they asked me if I knew this, and I said, yeah. I'll tell you about it.
And also, does he still have his book from the inside gambling that went on during his football days at Notre Dame?
That wasn't during my days. That's back.
Okay.
That's back in.
Tried to catch you on something.
That's back when the Gipper was there.
Oh, that's even going back further.
That was my freshman
when
year.
the mob showed up with the to fight the KKK or whatever.
That's the best.
That was a hell of a story. History lessons and sports.
I got another one for you.
With Greg Hudson when we return after this.
Hey there, Eastern North Carolina. Jeff Stein at Brown and Wood. We have the 2024 Encore GX at 0.9 for 36 months. You heard it right, 0.9. We also have the Envision and the Enclave at 0.9. For GMC, we have the 2024 Sierra at 1.9%, the Terrain at 0.9%, and the all-new Hummer EV 849 lease for 24 months. Brown and Wood, 89 years in business in Greenville. 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 rooftops, and 1 goal: to make sure you leave a happy customer.
PestTech wants to thank Pirate Nation for voting them the #1 pest control company in Eastern North Carolina. PestTech is a full-service pest control company offering a complete range of indoor and outdoor pest management and extermination services. Your experience is the PestTech guarantee, with a promise to deliver you results while keeping you, your family, and the environment safe. Call the best of the best to get rid of your pests. 353-4760. PestTech, the official pest control company of Pirate Radio.
The Buccaneer Music Hall is your beacon of music in the land of the Pirates in ENC. Open at noon 7 days a week with live music. Come enjoy sports trivia with me, Clip Rock, every Monday. Tuesday and Wednesday, it's live local acoustic night, along with line dancing from 7 to 9 on Wednesday. Thursday, there's a brand new lineup with Singo starting at 8, followed by karaoke with DJ Dog. Ladies and free both Friday and Saturday nights with the best local bands in the area. Finish the weekend with free games and DJ Kid Scene.
Y'all come get bugged up.
Yo ho ho, Pirate Patriots! It's Lindsay Gray with Carolina Caliber. Time to hoist the colors of the land of the free and the home of the brave. We're celebrating independence now through August 15th with FN Firearms. Take advantage on low prices of FN 510s, 545s, and SCAR 15s with factory rebates up to $500. Plus, with every FN purchase will come free FN gear. With the largest selection of firearms and accessories in Eastern NC, our friendly and knowledgeable staff are ready to lead you to the perfect treasure. Shop online or stop on by Carolina Caliber on Fire Tower Road in Winterville. It's a time-honored tradition.
Chico's Mexican Restaurant is where the fiesta never ends. Grab your amigos and head to Chico's every Wednesday for shrimp tacos for $11.99. Plus Wednesdays means all Mexican imports for just $2.99. Thursdays, enjoy your favorite beef, chicken, or vegetable fajitas for only $11.99. For Mexican food and fun, it's got to be Chico's Mexican Restaurant in downtown Greenville and online at chicosrestaurant.com. Chico's, where the fiesta never ends.
Stock up and save during Bostic Sugg Furniture's Summer Stockpile Warehouse Closeout. We're clearing out inventory, and that means some of our lowest prices of the season. Save store-wide. Plus, find a huge selection of furniture closeouts, clearance items, floor samples, and more. Slashed an additional 50 to 70% off. Save on tons of mattress closeouts and floor models, too. Plus 6 months financing during the Summer Stockpile Warehouse Closeout going on now at Bostic Sugg Furniture.
The convenience of Pitt Greenville Airport is waiting just outside your front door. Service is back, so you're connected to destinations worldwide through flights from American Airlines. Plan your next trip. Book your flights today at flypgv.com or aa.com.
Good news, business travelers. PGV and American Airlines has added a new early morning flight available now. Book today at aa.com and be on time for that connection in Charlotte. Fast, convenient, and close to home, PGV has American flights perfect for your next trip. PGV, where the Pirates fly.
The Holton Ahlers Show.
You'd wait in the hallway and you would go ahead and do the interview with Jeff Charles and you would talk to him. I will always cherish this. After wins and losses, like me and him, he would just be sitting usually in like the tight ends room. We'd decompress. The losses I almost appreciate more. And now that he's passed away, I look back and I'm like, dang, I wish I could just tell him like, thank you for talking to me during those times. He was the first person I legit talked to that wasn't like the team. He'd be the guy in the room, be like, look, dude, you tried your hardest. Like, keep your head up. You're a true Pirate. I hope fans appreciate that about him. Is like he was always just so genuine and so pure.
The Holton Ahlers Show, Thursdays and Fridays at 6, right here on Pirate Radio. Pirate Radio.
And I can promise you, we are going to be a hard-nosed, physical, fundamentally sound, disciplined football team. We're going to compete and go toe-to-toe with anybody we match up against. But that's going to be our mentality year-round.
The voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Do you want to get rid of wrinkles? Tighten and lift your skin. Smooth your skin texture. Erase veins and brown spots and get rid of unwanted hair. Are you interested in Botox or filler? Contact the licensed professionals at Beauty Bar Medi-Spa on Red Banks Road in Greenville. Free consultations available by calling 752-1406 or visiting beautybarmedispa.com. Enjoy your visit. Love your transformation. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip.
Back with you on a Thursday edition of Pirate Radio Live. 2 weeks away from the Pirate Radio football kickoff party. We are less than 2 weeks away. We are 9 days away from Florida State and Georgia Tech, live from Dublin, Ireland. They will be playing that game week 0, Shirley, of the season. And we are getting closer and closer to football. Let's get our HUD question in before I forget. Jamie said, question, out of all the Notre Dame tradition. Well, this kind of goes into some stuff we were talking about off the air. Out of all the Notre Dame traditions and legacies, what does Coach HUD think is the best or coolest? As a kid and a Notre Dame fan, hitting the sign was my favorite. Are there any that we don't know about? You just told me some statues I didn't know about.
Yeah, there's a huge statue in front of...
so we all know Touchdown Jesus.
Yeah,
we've seen that.
There's a statue that's at ground level, but it's big. And it's Moses on a knee pointing as to go forward as they parted the Red Sea, and it's called First Down Moses.
And he's on a knee, so it's kind of like you see a receiver make a catch. Yeah, he's on the ground. He's on his knee.
It's Michael Irvin.
And he does the playmaker. Michael Irvin. Okay.
And then there's another statue where Father Corby, the president of the university, is holding a Bible, and he's got his right arm in the air, and he's called Fair Catch Corby. Okay. He was blessing the troops at Gettysburg. So there's the one.
Coach HUD always dropping.
I got a new one for you that I forgot about. You got to pull that picture back up so you can understand and explain.
This?
Why are the end zones in that design?
I just thought that, here's my thinking. Everybody did this back in the day to make it look different than the regular field, and Notre Dame is such a tradition-rich program, they decided to keep it.
You're exactly wrong. Okay, here we go. There's 9 lines in each end zone.
Okay.
That's 18. They are tilted on a 42-degree angle.
Oh, my God.
Pointing northwest.
Okay.
The school was founded in 1842. There's your 18 and your 42. However...
No, they didn't think of this when they did this.
If you go northwest 42 degrees, you go right to the Golden Dome.
Have you ever looked at the back of a $20 bill on weed?
No.
This reminds me of a half-baked scene.
So there you go.
Coach Hood, this is somebody just kind of made all this crap up.
True story.
I mean, I love stuff like this. This is like, what is it, National Treasure or whatever?
That's right there.
Like I love
42 degrees.
Yeah.
From right there. So here we hit the Golden Dome.
All right. And 42-18. That's going to be how bad Texas A&M beats Notre Dame this year.
Hey-oh. Oh, hey-oh. Hi-oh.
I don't know if that's a true
statement.
Statement.
Let's get the spread from the swim team.
Is that your story you were going to tell me?
What?
That what you just said?
Yeah, that's it.
I love stuff like that. I don't. Mike P said call him BS on that stuff. I don't know if the guy that designed that had all that thought out at the time, but it is cool. You can kind of make it all work. That's all I'm saying.
I guess. Well, on Peacock, there's a new show coming out, and it's going to be like the NFL show that's on HBO, Hard Knocks.
Hard Knocks.
And they're going to follow ND this season. I guarantee you that gets brought up.
Well, I hope so. It's pretty cool. I watched Swamp Kings finally over the weekend. It was supposed to be, I thought, a look inside of Urban Meyer's dirty Florida program, but instead it was a Urban Meyer fluff piece.
Well, you can't.
Coach Urban Myers.
Thank you.
You have to have the second show, and then you can't have Urban involved.
Yeah.
I mean, he was interviewed as much as anybody in there.
I had major Tim Tebow fatigue, and it wasn't his fault. It was ESPN's fault.
You mean when he was playing?
Yeah. And also when I see a guy that genuine and pure, I think, okay, he's a giant phony.
He's as good as advertised.
Dude, I was wrong.
I'd play with him any day.
Yeah. The fact that he goes in there, and they show video of him in the locker room. I've said this on the show. You might get tired of me saying it, but when he said they were interviewing other players, and they're like, we had these midnight workouts, man. We want to be partying. We want to be drinking. And then they cut to Tebow, and he's like, man, those were some of the funnest nights I've ever had in my life. Right. Like, he was loving it.
Well, that goes back to the strength coach, Mickey Marotti. He was doing that back in the 90s at the University of Cincinnati. And then he's
the midnight workout stuff?
Yeah. I saw him in 1997 for the first time. And then 2 years later, he was up at Notre Dame. That's where he met Urban. Urban was a receiver coach.
I love the idea of it because I'm not doing it. But
kids have a blast with it.
I would think it would be somewhat fun, but the camaraderie and team building and stuff.
Yes.
I love those behind-the-scenes stuff. I watched episode 2 of Hard Knocks last night on Max.
I didn't know that Ray Donovan was the voice.
Oh yeah, Liev Schreiber.
Last year they were calling him the voice of God.
Yeah, and he doesn't have the is it John? Now I'm
John Facenda.
Facenda, okay.
Oh, he did our Wake Up the Echoes, which is a history of Notre Dame football, and it's awesome.
Nobody will touch that. That is so classic. Jarrett, even as a young man and a Raiders fan, you've heard the Ghost on the Wind and all that, isn't it? Is that Facenda?
Yeah.
I mean, that's just classic. Dude.
Pull up Wake Up the Echoes, and you'll see it. It's pretty cool.
We'll check it.
And you'll see my face. You'll see me with long hair.
Okay, that's a reason to check it out right there.
Definitely check it out now.
Well, let's take another break. More with Coach Hud. Got a question or comment? You can get it in. He's here for another 25 minutes on a Thursday edition of Pirate Radio Live. We'll take a break, come back, and have more for you after this.
If you missed the Brian Bailey Show, you missed.
Mike Houston joins us now. And when you think about that Pirate defense, man, that defensive line, they've been around for a long time, and they have some talent.
You know, when I got here, we didn't have just a handful of defensive linemen. And, you know, defensively, you know, we were not very good. So we set out that first off season, we're going to recruit a group of defensive linemen and grow them up. And so they're seniors now. They're a veteran bunch. They have played a lot of ball. They are tough. They are physical. They're disciplined. They are the heartbeat of that defense. I expect them to be at a much higher level this year than they were last year.
Tune in Mondays at noon for the Brian Bailey Show, powered by Greenville Utilities, right here on Pirate Radio.
Country Mart has been locally owned and operated for over 40 years and is your premier country store serving the best cheese biscuits and country food around. Country Mart is open every day and has 2 locations in Bethel on Highway 11 and in Stokes on Highway 903. Both Country Mart locations are top-of-the-line fuel stations serving Shell gas, including 93 ethanol-free high-octane gas, which is the best for all you boat owners. Country Mart, fueling you up with great food in your engines with great gasoline. Go Pirates!
Hey Pirate Nation, be sure to have the best and comfortable shoes with a stop at Fleet Feet. This is ECU alum Chris Lunyon, owner of Fleet Feet of Greenville, and we provide solutions through one-on-one service to runners, walkers, and everyone in between. Fleet Feet has the tools and technology to get you in the right shoe, including a 3D foot scanner that measures arch height, width, and more. Come visit us at 207 East Arlington Boulevard in the old Gordon's Golf location. Fleet Feet, we run for you.
Pirate Water Wicked Tea is here. Set sail for the next Pirate Water adventure. Barstool's best drink is back with delicious Wicked Tea, a strong, smooth, uncarbonated brew flavor with hints of lemon. It's the toughest tea to take on the high seas. Go to drinkpiratewater.com to find the new Pirate Water Wicked Tea in a location near you.
We're going plankton!
21 and older, please drink responsibly.
This is proud ECU alumni David Price of David Price Construction. As a leading general contracting firm, we specialize in commercial construction and renovation. Whether it's updating your office space, renovating your restaurant, or building a new retail store, our team at David Price Construction is ready to assist. We are committed to delivering quality, value, and customer satisfaction across all of our projects. So give us a call at 919-820-3612 or find us online at davidpriceconstruction.com. Go Pirates!
Worth Chiropractic and his team are offering a new patient special only at the new location. Come see them at this fantastic facility. A visit to our new location gets you a free consult, complete exam, digital x-rays, and more for only $29. Our amazing new patient $29 deal is only available at the new location, Worth Chiropractic West, 2100 West Arlington Boulevard, offering the same safe, no surgery, drug-free treatment, convenient, comfortable, and cost-effective.
There is road work outside, but plenty of food and fun inside at Fish Street Hardware in downtown Greenville. Park right across the street and make your way in for a great lunch today or drinks with friends. There are over 40 beers on tap and plenty of new specialty cocktails to choose from. Don't forget about Singo on Tuesdays, trivia with DJ Captain Morgan on Wednesdays, local artist live music on Thursdays, and the best Sunday brunch starting at 10:30 a.m. Be sure to follow Fish Street Hardware on Facebook and Instagram for all the 411. Go Pirates!
Aces for Autism, a nonprofit, is here to provide opportunities for individuals with autism and their families. A place of hope, joy, and success. Whether it's helping a child make their first sound or preparing a young adult for vocational opportunities, we provide support where it wasn't available before. You can help us support families by supporting Aces for Autism's Team Together campaign. There are many ways to participate, such as buying a brick or sponsoring a room. To learn more about our state-of-the-art facility, visit acestogether.com.
This is Dale Murphy, two-time National League MVP and number 3 with the Atlanta Braves. And you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Fifth Street Hardware Restaurant and Tap Room is your favorite place in downtown Greenville for lunch, dinner, or drinks with friends. Fifth Street serves lunch and dinner Tuesday through Sunday, plus brunch starts at 10:30 on Saturdays and Sundays. Follow Fifth Street on Instagram for the latest events and specials. Fifth Street Hardware Restaurant and Tap Room, right beside the State Theater in downtown Greenville. And the Buccaneer Music Hall is your beacon of music in the land of pirates. They open at noon, 7 days a week, and they have live music and something to do every night. On Mondays, you can enjoy sports trivia with Clip Brock. Tuesdays and Wednesdays, it's acoustic night, along with line dancing Wednesday nights from 7 to 9. On Thursday, it's Singo starting at 8 o'clock, followed by karaoke. And Friday and Saturday nights is the best local bands in the area. Friday night, it's Eric Wayne performing, and Saturday, it's Beretti. And ladies, you get in free both Friday and Saturday nights. Check them out on Facebook and Instagram for the latest, and we'll see you at the Buck. Now let's head back in to PRL. Here's Clip.
Shirley, you are sitting beside a sports trivia champion at the Buck.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Monday night.
This guy's Rain Man.
He's good. Jared, well, first of all,
listening on the radio the other day, driving. I don't know where I was driving. I was like, golly, he's just, and I know where he's sitting and the info he has in front of him. He's just dropping things.
He, I think, is like reincarnated. He acts like an 80-year-old man from some of the stuff he likes. And
do you remember the Swami? When
the Schwam.
And then before that, there was that guy they had on ESPN way before all, and he could just rattle off stats and figures and numbers.
Well, Stump the Schwab was the show. Do you remember Howie Schwab, who passed away recently?
Yes, that guy.
Yeah. And we honor him in sports trivia with our Stump the Schwab questions we do at the end. Jared's favorite football analyst, this is the first thing that kind of tipped me off that he was older than he actually is. We were talking about our favorite analyst, and I was thinking like play-by-play. Our favorite football voice could be play-by-play, color. His favorite is Howie Long. Now, he is a Raiders fan, but he also went further and said he loves Fox NFL Sunday. And that just seems like an old man show. And I could just see him sitting there laughing at Terry Bradshaw's dumb jokes. And
it's the greatest thing ever. A great way to start your Sunday.
And Jimmy Johnson. Yeah. I could listen to him talk all day. He's the best.
Glenn brought this to my attention. Speaking of the Raiders, speaking of football voices, there is a John Madden film coming out, I guess.
I just saw this.
Hud, if you'd like to play along, we'll let... Name like 3 actors who should play John Madden.
John Goodman.
That's actually perfect. He's too old now, though. Is it younger Madden? What age Madden?
It's about the coaching and the making of the video game.
You know, I'll tell you, the guy that was in
late 80s Madden?
Yeah.
Ish.
Who's the Saturday Night Live guy? Adam Sandler. So this he had his own, this guy that's been in his movies. He's lost a ton
Kevin
of weight.
James?
Yeah.
Kevin James.
That's not bad.
That'd be good.
That's not bad at all. You want to throw out one more, or do you want me to tell you who it is?
I would say he's the one I would throw out, but he's too old. I'd go back with the guy that played Rudy's dad in Rudy.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. But yeah, he is an old, yeah. I went with Jesse Plemons. People call him Fat Damon or Meth
great.
Damon.
Anything he's in.
Because he's kind of pudgy, and he's a good actor.
Who's the impersonator that does him so well?
Frank Caliendo should do it. That's a great idea, actually. No, they went outer space instead and got Nicolas Cage.
What?
It was supposed to be Will Ferrell for the longest time.
Really?
Yeah, and unless this is a separate project.
If they do a movie on Harry Carey.
I was about to say, I hope they're doing the Harry Carey
Hey, look at that sombrero.
What did he say? If the moon was made of cheese, I don't know.
Deep fly ball. Dunstan makes the catch.
Hector Villanueva.
Get your shoes at Forsheim's.
I used to like he would say, Henderson spelled backwards is nonstro. He would just say random stuff like that.
He did our highlight video for baseball my senior year. Harry Carey.
Hud, are you making some of these stories?
Swear to God.
You can't have all these stories.
It's true.
Save some for the rest of us.
I'll dig it out. Of course, we got to get the VHS tapes out.
Greg Hudson, deep fly ball to left field.
Yeah.
That's good stuff. My favorite baseball announcer of all time is his son, Skip Carey, with the Braves.
Oh, he does, and he does.
With the Braves.
That was his thing. He would say the guy, if there's 2 outs, he's got 2 strikes. If he misses here, he's strike out, and the end of the inning, he does, and he does.
You can look it up on YouTube. He says, coming up after the post game, we'll get to Matlock and it'll be right after the 6-4-3 double play. Here's the pitch. Hits it. 6-4-3. It was perfect.
Or Keith Jackson.
Whoa, Nelly.
Whoa,
I don't care if the horse is blind, just load the wagons.
What did he used to say? Katie barred the door. Is that him as well? Man, that's a great. I'm gonna miss CBS at 3:30 SEC football this year. Thinking about Vern Lundquist and all the great voices they've had. So.
Good guy.
You like Vern, Uncle Vern?
Yeah.
There's a basketball guy. Have you ever met Bill Raftery?
No, I haven't. But I met Vern. He did the Sun Bowl. Because he's always done the Sun Bowl.
One of the oldest bowl games, if not the oldest.
I told you that.
Oh, okay.
After the Rose Bowl.
Some smart guy told me this, and I'm gonna show off to Hud. Oh wait, Hud told me.
Raymond did. Raymond.
Yeah, so Vern's a cool guy. Who's your favorite?
My main man, Vern.
Who is your favorite current college football voices? Whether it be host of a show, play-by-play, color. Like, is there anybody you enjoy listening to?
Musburger. I just like when he's dropping hints.
Does he doesn't still do the Raiders, does he?
Man,
I think he stopped doing that last year.
Okay.
He is hilarious.
Yeah.
His pregame meetings when you meet with him on Fridays. And
oh, that's cool.
It was great.
Tell us about those. Like, who'd you enjoy your meetings with? You told us about how Holtz pissed Corso off, and Corso hung out in your office for an hour.
That was the first game day. That was hilarious. I didn't know who he was until he sat down and we were talking for an hour and a half.
Hold on, Scooter. He used to have some phrases in him. Who else did you?
Not so fast, my friend.
Not so fast. Who else you meet with? That was cool.
Musburger.
I brought up Mike Patrick. Holy cow. Mike Patrick was here for the West Virginia game.
All the NBC guys, over the years, you get a chance with them.
I have an important question.
Hold on, here we go.
What is Brittany doing with her life? Who? Brittany. Brittany who? Spears. What is she doing with her career? Why do we care at this point?
That is from the fourth quarter in a critical situation. It's Alabama and somebody. And out of nowhere, Mike Patrick says, I got a question for you. What is Brittany doing with her life? We were watching that, me and my roommate, on Saturday night, and we're like, what the hell's happening right now?
Not sure what's going on.
Who used to be great, and they didn't keep him at ESPN, probably because he wouldn't bash coaches. Bill Curry was fantastic to listen, talk. He was doing, I was doing a pregame with him in Golick back when Mike was still doing games. And he said something, I can't remember. We were playing somebody. I was worried about their offense, obviously. And I said, I didn't pray this much at Notre Dame during exam week. And he looked at me, or he said, all I heard is a deep voice. He said, Greg, since when does the Lord have anything to do with winning football games? I was like, he doesn't, sir.
I'm looking at the names for, let's see, Notre Dame football. Charlie Jones, Tom Hammond. Yep, that was the old one. Dick Enberg.
Awesome. Cricky was great.
Whoa, Nelly. No. Oh, my was Dick Enberg, I want to say.
Boy. Tarico's fun to talk.
I like Tarico. Color commentary. What you looking at?
Hilarious.
Todd Christensen.
Yeah.
Randy Cross. Flutie. Paul McGuire. He did ESPN Sunday Night Football, I believe. Mike Mayock, your favorite guy, Jared?
Mayock is the man.
Well, he's not the man at putting together the Raiders football team, according to
He didn't have a chance with the boss.
Somebody brought up in Studio B, Howard Cosell.
Oh,
before my time, but I know the stories. Yeah.
I mean, that's the guy.
I mean, he just had to enunciate everything.
He was awesome.
Pretty sure he was hammered most of the time, too.
Him and the baseball guys.
Oh, could you put Howard Cosell and Harry Carey in the same booth?
See, you don't remember those guys used to do all the sports.
Yeah,
Even I was just talking about Nelly. He was doing Olympics. He was doing football. He was doing baseball.
So Nelly might have been Keith Jackson.
Keith Jackson was doing all kinds of sports.
Was oh my.
I'm going to say I think Keith Jackson even did golf at one time.
Yeah. Did it all.
There's so many channels, so you only had so many guys.
Let's see. Oh, man, big news today. Nothing really shocks me anymore.
Notre Dame swimming?
But that didn't shock me. RG3 out at ESPN shocks me because I think he's a star. Ooh, I got a bad side eye from Greg Hudson.
No.
I think he is very talented, and he's kind of corny, but it engages a lot of people. Now, why are you making that face and that look?
I'm pleading the fifth.
Why? He's not going to hear this. You're not a fan of him?
I'm going to say he was probably too over the edge on some topics. And
non-football?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm just speaking to the football part. And it surprised me because and he is full of himself. A lot of athletes are. But, like, I didn't think he would be this successful post-football with what he does.
Now, when he's behind the microphone, he's really pretty good.
That is what I'm talking about.
He is good.
Okay.
I'm just sure he could go off topic, I think.
And they don't.
It'd be a risk.
Okay.
I'm guessing.
But Sam Ponder and RG3 were given the axe today.
Really?
Sam Ponder, I want to say, is the host of the ESPN Countdown, the kickoff, right? Or whatever they call it, on Sundays. Wife of Christian.
Who were they?
Were you there when Christian was there?
Yeah, he's the first-round pick of the Vikings.
Brent Musburger saw Sam Ponder and said, "Oh, throw the football with the pops in the backyard, and you'll get a girl out." Oh, my. Look at that.
And the spread's 6.5.
And this is important. Now everybody does it. He was one of the originators, I feel like. I was too young to know what he was talking about.
When guys would miss a field goal or something, and he'd say, "Ooh, there's going to be some upset people about that one."
Like, what's he talking about? This game's over. Not to some. We'll take a break, come back, and have more for you, Pirate Radio Live, after these words.
Did you know that GUC's electric rates are the lowest in Pitt County? GUC's average residential electric bill using 1,000 kilowatt hours per month with load management is $21 lower than the investor-owned utilities and $34 lower than the local co-ops. In fact, GUC's average electric bills are still $10 lower than they were 10 years ago. Low rates with high reliability. That's the value of public utilities. That's the value of GUC.
The best burgers around. Everyone loves a thick, juicy, and fresh burger. Tiebreakers does real burgers better than anybody. And don't forget about the cheese sticks, fresh salads, and more. So don't just go to any burger-themed restaurant chain. It's time to break the chain and eat local. Tiebreakers, burgers and sports at its best.
Go Pirates!
The price is always right at Doug Henry of Greenville. Doug Henry of Greenville has over 300 vehicles to choose from and brand new inventory arriving daily. Doug Henry is easy to find on the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Memorial Drive and always online at DougHenryGreenville.com. This month, Doug Henry is giving away ECU football tickets. Stop in and register to win and purchase the vehicle of your dreams. Doug Henry of Greenville, right on the price, right on the corner. Go Pirates!
Switching is easy. We do it all the time. We switch on the lights. We switch TV channels. Some of us switch partners while square dancing. Well, that's a stretch. But what's not a stretch is how you can switch and save with State Farm. In fact, this is State Farm agent Timothy Sawyer right here in Greenville. We can switch your auto and home insurance so you can start saving today. My team and I are ready to welcome you to the State Farm neighborhood. With Timothy Sawyer State Farm, it's easy to switch and save. Just give us a call, 493-0002. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
This is Dr. McGraw from Orthopedics East and Sports Medicine Center. Our practice has been caring for the athletes at ECU and the residents of Eastern North Carolina for more than 35 years. Whether it's treatment for your sports injury or it's time for that joint replacement, Orthopedics East provides the latest in operative and non-operative orthopedic care. We also offer on-site physical therapy and MRI services as well as walk-in urgent care on the weekends from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. For experienced and professional care, call us at 757-BONE or visit us online at orthoeast.com. Go Pirates.
East Coast Grading and Utilities is your source for clearing, hauling dirt, and concrete work. East Coast Grading and Utilities handles all sewer and water issues as well.
I'm David Vaughn. Whether putting in a new subdivision or helping you with any and all of your drainage problems, I can get the job done. Call me at 531-7494.
No job is too big or too small. East Coast Grading and Utilities. Friends helping friends. 531-7494 for East Coast Grading and Utilities.
Take a hit from a 300-pound linebacker, and you better be wearing pads. Take a hit on the road, and you better have good auto coverage. When you've got North Carolina Farm Bureau Auto Insurance, you've got the best local agents ready to help you bounce back. If you don't, well, you'll probably play football without a helmet, too.
This is proud ECU graduate and former baseball player Brandon Manning. Give me a call today, and let's talk about your insurance coverage and about the Pirates. Call 531-1812 and go Pirates.
This is Mark Pascal of Should Have Been Cowboys. The Pirate Radio football kickoff party at the State Theater is August 29th, and we'll be there playing some 90s country gold. Be there.
I bet you never heard old Marshall Dillon say, be a skinny, have you ever thought of running away?
The Pirate Radio football kickoff party is back at the State Theater in downtown Greenville, Thursday, August 29th, presented by Carolina Eagle Distributing. Get tickets now at pr927fm.com for only $10. Arrgh! Pirate Radio.
See that door right there? One marked pirate. You think a pirate lives in there?
The voice of the Pirate Nation.
I see a door marked private. Is that the door you're talking about?
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. It was another good day for the stock market. The Dow was up 554 points and finished at 40,563. The NASDAQ was up 401 at 17,594. The S&P was up 88 points at 5,543. That's your Wells Fargo Advisors Stock Market Report. For a personal look into investing, call Wells Fargo Advisors today at 756-6900 in Greenville. Wells Fargo Advisors, LLC, member SIPC. Now let's head back into the show.
Back with you, Pirate Radio Live. Boy, Alan Thomas just got Greg Hudson wound up talking about.
That was funny.
So there's been a 30 for 30 on Catholics versus convicts.
That was 5 years before.
They should do, I feel like.
They should do the 93 game, but Florida State.
Maybe a 30 for 30 on College Game Day as a whole, if you don't want to do this particular one. But the first College Game Day would be awesome because you're just told a million stories.
And there's more.
It sounded like a who's who of people that were around that weekend or whatever, trying to get in.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't expect Jerry Cooney. He walked in the office. I was like, Champ, the Great White Hope.
Jerry Tarkanian?
And Tark the Shark.
What the hell's he doing there?
They all lived in Vegas.
He was
out together.
Looking for the swim team. He had some bets he wanted to put in for the upcoming basketball season.
I wanted to ask him, where's your towel?
Chewing on the towel? Yeah. Hey, where do I place a bet Larry Johnson, Rookie of the Year? He just went to Charlotte. In my old, so good stuff, Hud. Fun show.
Yeah, it was great.
When is episode 2 of the Greg Hudson show coming out?
They have to ask the boss. No, next week.
Next week. All right. CJ Wilson.
CJ.
Looking forward to that.
I'm really excited to talk to him.
Great guy. Good luck to his Panthers. They will be playing football, Coach, next Friday. High school football getting underway.
Everybody's, and I talked to Garrett Wingate at
okay.
Yeah. He was a student assistant for us.
Really?
He was our chart guy.
We've had him on the show quite a few times.
He was like, we were talking about the Michigan thing. He was my guy next to me.
Awesome. Good to see. So is
checking
now
signals.
So now he is he taking that to his program now? Whatever is he the Connor Stallion? Does he have his own Connor Stallions?
Whatever it takes. Just win, baby.
That's right. And also 2 more words from Coach Greg Hudson.
Be nice.
Be nice. Jarrett, 4 days in a row. Are you going to go the whole week? Are you coming tomorrow?
Yeah, I'll be here.
Oh, my goodness. Raymond is back for one more.
I'm going to start thinking of things to stump him on.
Shirley Rhodes, enjoyed it. See you on a Football Friday. Good work, Big Dog. Love the videos and the new stuff we've been putting out today. Great stuff. What you pointing at, Greg?
Domer.
Who? Oh, Hannah Storm? Golden Domer. We talk way too much Notre Dame in this hour.
Well, it all led off with the The scandal.
Yeah, because they're all cheaters.
Damn it.
All right, we'll see you next week, Hud. We'll see you fine folks Friday. For the crew, I'm Clip Brock. Jeff Charles, take us home.
Have a great night, Eastern Carolina.
Thanks for listening to Pirate Radio.